Hello everyone, welcome to Donna Just Being Real. Happy blessing Sunday. Oh, it's such a beautiful day. Service was just phenomenal. It was great. I really needed it. I had a bad week, so it was great. It was uplifting. And hopefully everybody's having themselves a great Sunday too. And glad to have you here this, it's still afternoon. Hasn't hit evening yet. Alright, so we're going to resume this again. Satan's daughter, Letecia Stauch Stepmom, murder trial, day 9. Now, who's on the stand is the daughter, Harley Hunt. Okay, so Harley Hunt was on here. Now, basically, this is something else. All right, so the daughter was on the stand. So we're going to watch her on the stand. We're going to recap because it's basically the recap of last week. Last week is week 3. So I like to do the recaps on Sunday. But we're just going to focus on her. But I want to let you know is Friday was insane. Put in the chat, did y'all watch Friday? Because Friday was insane in the courtroom. So I'm going to have to do that one because I got to break that down. But I need to rewatch that again. So it's going to be another day. Maybe Tuesday and Thursday because it's got to be a 2-part. But that interview, you got to learn a lot about their relationship between Satan's daughter and Al. You learned a lot. It was insane. Love it, because we got to learn a lot. You really got to watch the body language, but it's so messed up that with these body cams or with the interrogations, it's not clear that you can't get a clear picture to really watch it, so you're just doing a whole lot of listening. Oh, well, we do the best that we can over here, right? We're doing the best that we can. All right, so give me a second here. Let me, I think I'm doing this wrong. Okay. All right, so let's just greet the people that's in here real quick. I'm just going to greet and thank everybody for being in here. Thank you for hitting the like. And we got Manuel is back. Thank you. Come back in. And like I said, thank you for the blessing, the channel blessing. Hugs and kisses to you. You rock. Been rocking with us for a long time, too. All right, got Manuel. And then we have Mod on deck. Hugs and kisses to you, Jack. Jack is in the house. And make sure you hit the like button. Share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Share the video on your social media. Subscribe to the channel and feel free to check out some of my past commentary too. All right, and also I want to let people know I'm going to go back to the pimple face killer because I'm not done with him. I have some other stuff to do. It's just, time, whatever. I have to get into the interrogations with that one. And also I'm going to resume Surat. I'm not done with Surat because Surat, oh my gosh, we got to get back to Surat. And also I think I seen who walked up in here. Let me scroll down a little bit faster. Rusty, you walked up in here. And hugs and kisses to you. Where it says, happy Sunday, everyone watching, listening, and working. You're always busy. But thank you for spending time to come on over here. I appreciate it. All right, and I'm going to and thank you, Rusty, for letting me know about Surat. I appreciate that. I'm going to get on to that one with the Surat. All right, so, and Melanie creeped up in here, too. She popped up in here, hugs and kisses to you. So what did you think about that Friday? Friday was crazy, right? I think you did say it was insane. It was insane, wasn't Friday? All right, so let's focus on the daughter. And make sure everybody votes, okay? Because, oh, wait a minute. All right. Make sure everybody votes, because I want to know. What do you think? Oh, wait a minute. Did I skip? Did I see Nail Gigi? Nail Gigi too. I apologize, beautiful. And blessings to you, blessings. So what do y'all think about this one? So vote or whatever. All right, let's get into this, but give me a second. I got to make sure I find the right time because I know she came in late. Let me see. And I'm going to also speed up the speed. So hold a second. All right, I think I can go a little fast forward here. We don't have to hear all of that. Just get her on the stand. Just wait till she get on the stand, the stand.
All right, Ms. Hunt, if you would step forward and raise your right hand, please, ma'am.
There we go.
A little further forward.
Okay, this is Harley Hunt. This is Satan's daughter's daughter. That don't even sound right. Let's say Letecia Stauch. This is her daughter. She's on the stand. So let's hear what she have to say about the whole thing. It's very interesting. I only watched like half. I didn't really get to watch the whole thing. So I'm kind of watching with y'all. So let's just get into it. There might be times I might pause a little bit to share my thoughts and opinions. All right. And also whoever's watching replay that's here, need to get in contact with me. Feel free to read the description. You can find my email if you have viewers requests or need coaching or whatever, stuff like that. Or you just need to just talk to me about something. Look at the email and you can email me and I'll get right to you. Let's get it.
It's okay. It's all right. You swear from the testimony about
Speed is on 1.25.
Go ahead and have a seat in the witness stand. Please watch your steps as you step into the stand.
Good morning, Ms. Hunt.
Good morning.
Could you please introduce yourself to the jury and spell your last name for the record?
Harley Hunt, Hunt.
Very difficult for you right now. We're going to get through this, okay? I'm going to ask you some questions and we're going to have a conversation.
Okay.
I want you to do the best you can, all right? Everything we say is being recorded, so if you can, speak as loud as possible. You can also pull that microphone closer to you if you like. Okay?
Okay.
How old are you, Harley?
I'm 20.
Okay. And who's your mom?
Letecia Stauch.
Is it the same Letecia Stauch who's seated to my left here in the middle of these two gentlemen?
Yes.
May the record reflect identification of the defendant subject to cross-examination.
The record will so reflect. Go ahead.
Have you lived with your mom your entire life?
Yes.
When was the last time you saw her in person?
The day that she was arrested.
Would that have been March 2nd, 2020?
Yes.
And was that in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina?
Yes.
Do you live out in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina now?
I do.
What do you do out there?
I go to college.
What are you studying?
Nursing.
How much longer do you have for that?
A year and a half.
Pretty excited about that?
Yeah.
Things going well in school?
So far, yes.
Okay. I want to talk to you a little bit about your family. Back in 2015, 2014 timeframe, did your mother marry someone named Albert Stauch?
Yes.
And did Albert have kids of his own?
Yes.
What's his kids' names? Do you remember?
Lena and Gannon.
May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
I show you what's been introduced in evidence as People's Exhibit 1. Recognize that person?
Yes.
Is that Gannon Stauch?
Yes.
And Lena Stauch is his younger sister?
Yes.
Emmanuel, you got jokes. I just caught it. Emmanuel got jokes. All right, let's get it.
What was your relationship with Gannon Stauch?
We had a good relationship. Of course, we had like a age difference. But I would always try to be there for them when I could.
Do you remember how old you were when Albert and your mom got married?
I think that was 12 or so.
How old was Gannon when that happened? Do you remember?
He was really young, 4 or 5.
And Lena was even younger than that, I would imagine. You remember how old Lena was?
Like 2 maybe or so.
And so did you also have a relationship with Lena?
Yes, I did.
Was she like a sister to you?
Yes.
And was Gannon like a brother to you?
Yes.
Although there's an age difference, especially probably when you got into your teenage years, right?
Correct.
I would imagine they may have been a little annoying for you a little bit.
Yes.
Is that fair to say? Okay. What about your mom's relationship with Gannon over the years? Can you start out perhaps when Albert and your mom got married? How was that relationship between Gannon and your mom?
Yeah, so It was different at first because we were like a blended family. So we were just getting used to, more people in our life. They had an okay relationship. There were problems here and there, but
Was there a point in time when Albert and your mom first got married where Albert didn't have custody of the kids?
yes.
And were things a little easier when the kids weren't around?
I wouldn't say easier. Having to go back and forth between, the weekends and everything with them were difficult because, Albert, of course, wanted his kids full time with him. So I just remember there being a lot of problems with that. But
At some point, did Albert get custody of both Lena and Gannon?
yes,
And were they living with you all more of a full-time basis?
yes,
And did you observe the relationship between everyone at that time?
yes,
Did it seem to be, for lack of a better term, a normal family situation?
yes.
What about your relationship with Albert? How'd that go?
We had a good relationship. When Albert first came in, it's when my dad passed away. So, that was difficult for me at first because I didn't want my father to feel replaced. That's how I felt in my heart. But as time grew, we got closer.
What was your father's name?
Chance.
Hunt?
Yes.
Do you remember when he died?
Yes. When I was 12 in October.
So would that have been October 2000? Help me out with the math here.
12 or 14.
Sometime in that time frame?
Yeah.
When your father passed away, were Albert and your mom married?
Yes.
Do you know how your dad passed away?
Yes.
How did he die?
An overdose.
And when did you first learn that?
This past week.
What were you told how he died before?
That someone came in and robbed him and killed him.
And who told you that?
My mom.
Had she ever told you the truth as to how your dad died?
No.
How'd you learn about that then?
The internet.
This case has got an enormous amount of attention on social media and the internet. Is that right?
Yes.
And you have actually gotten a lot of attention on the internet because of this case. Is that right?
Yes.
Very difficult you being here right now, testifying in this court.
Yes.
Is Albert Stauch, do you see him in the courtroom?
I do.
Seated in the front row in the gallery here?
Yes.
When Albert and your mom got married, where were you living?
Myrtle Beach.
And how long had you lived there before you moved to another place? Do you remember?
I do not remember the exact time. No.
In the beginning of Albert's and your mom's marriage, was Albert Stauch going to training a lot, and was he away from the house quite a bit because of his job?
Yes.
And were there often times where it'd be just you and your mom in the house while Albert was out training?
Yes.
Were there other times where it'd be you, your mom, and Lena and Gannon?
Only when he was at work for training. Yeah.
How did your mom feel about, or do you know, did your mom ever talk to you about how she felt about Albert being gone all the time and being at training?
Yes. She wanted him to be home more, especially when we had the kids with us.
And did she tell you whether or not she liked being at home alone with the kids?
She did not know.
At some point, did you move to Charleston, South Carolina?
Yes, we did.
Why did you move to Charleston, South Carolina?
For their job purposes.
Whose jobs?
Both my mom and Albert. My mom wanted to teach at a new school, and Albert was able to find a job position there too.
And did your mom tell you why she wanted to teach at a new school?
Just to get away from Myrtle Beach.
Did your mom want to move frequently?
Yes.
Was that pretty constant throughout your relationship with her?
Yes.
And so how long did you live in Charleston?
Not long, maybe a year, if that.
And where did you go from Charleston?
Back to Myrtle Beach.
And why did you go back to Myrtle Beach?
Because my mom didn't like being in Charleston.
And did she tell you that?
Yes.
And so were you having to switch schools from Myrtle Beach to Charleston and then back to Myrtle Beach?
Yes, so I actually went back to school as well when we stayed in Charleston too.
And did you end up graduating from high school early?
I did, yes.
Tell the jury about that. How'd that happen?
I eventually, when we moved to Alaska, I did online school. So I did 2 years of that. So I ended up doing 3 years of high school.
So you graduated essentially from being in Alaska doing online studies?
Yes.
And we're going to get there in a minute, okay? Do you remember how long you lived in Myrtle Beach the second time?
No.
Do you know whether or not your mom and Al Stauch actually bought a house in Myrtle Beach?
Yes.
Tell the jury about that.
Once we moved back, they bought a house there that we had over a course of time. Also when we lived in Alaska.
And was that the first home that was purchased between Al and your mom?
Yes, that was purchased.
And at some point, did Albert Stauch get orders to go to Alaska?
Yes.
Were you in the home at that time?
Yes.
The home that you purchased?
Yes.
Tell us, the jury, about that. What were the circumstances? What was the plan for you and your mother and the kids when Albert was sent to Alaska to be stationed there?
Yeah, so he was stationed there. And we still had our house in Myrtle Beach, and we would go back and forth from being in Alaska and Myrtle Beach.
And when you say we, who are we talking about?
Me and my mom.
Do you know where the kids were at this point in time?
Sometimes they would be with us in Alaska, and sometimes they would be back in Myrtle Beach with their mom.
And did you know their mother, Landon?
Yes.
Had you met her on occasion?
Yes.
And you see her in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Sitting in the second row back here?
Yes.
Was this in the time frame around 2017, 2018 when Albert was stationed in Alaska?
Yes.
And you said that you would go to Alaska on occasion and go back to Myrtle Beach. And you indicated it was you and your mom, right?
Correct.
How often would you guys go to Alaska?
We would stay in Alaska for like a month or so, and then we fly back to Myrtle Beach for a couple weeks and then fly back to Alaska.
Did you fully ever move to Alaska with your mother?
No.
And why is that?
Because we still had our house in Myrtle Beach, so we would go back and forth.
Did your mom ever talk to you about moving to Alaska?
What do you mean?
Well, did she ever tell you whether or not she liked being in Alaska?
Oh, she did not like being in Alaska, no.
And what did she tell you about that?
Because it was cold and she couldn't work there, and there was nothing to do.
At some point, were you up in Alaska with your mom and discussions were talked about moving to Colorado?
Yes.
Tell the jury about that.
I remember after like 3 or 4 years or so, Albert found out that he could move to Colorado and be stationed there. And we all were excited because it was better than being in Alaska.
Do you know whose idea that was?
My mom's.
And why do you say that?
Because there was an incident that happened in Alaska. I wasn't told much, but
Something that didn't want her or Albert to be in Alaska anymore?
Mhm.
You have to say yes or no. I'm sorry.
yes, sorry.
Okay, it's all right. And so talk about the move to Colorado. When this decision was made to go to Colorado, did you still have this house in Myrtle Beach?
We did at first, and then they sold the house. After it was sold, we drove everything to Colorado.
Did you have to fly back to Myrtle Beach and then drive across the country to Colorado?
Yes.
And was it Colorado Springs where you were going to?
Yes.
What was Albert doing as all this was happening? Do you know?
I don't remember.
Was he still in Alaska?
I don't remember. I don't know.
That's fine. Do you remember moving into the house 6627 Mandan Drive here in Colorado Springs?
Yes.
When you moved in, was Albert with you initially?
No.
Well, tell the jury about that. When did Albert come to Colorado Springs to live with you and your mother?
So when we got to Colorado after driving there, the kids came at some point, and then a couple weeks later, Albert came.
And would this have been early 2019
Yes.
timeframe? Now, how long did you live in that house before Gannon's death? Do you remember?
A year. We moved in January 2019.
Was this year timeframe the first time that all of you were together during Albert and your mom's marriage?
Yes.
And first extended time for a year?
Yes.
Had you had an opportunity to see Albert and your mom together on numerous occasions?
Yes.
What was their relationship like? And I'm talking about when you're in Colorado, 2019 on.
It started to feel like we were a family again because everybody was there and like we were together.
Did they ever argue?
Yes,
How often would they argue?
often,
And how do you know they were arguing?
because you could hear them arguing.
And what would you do when that would happen?
Gannon or Lena would come ask me why they were arguing. So like they would just come in my room and I would turn the TV up or something because I didn't want them to have to listen to them argue.
Did you ever get pulled into these arguments?
Yes.
Tell the jury about that.
They would be arguing about something and then it would be like, well, isn't this true? Or like ask my opinion, try to get my say-so on it.
And who would ask you your opinion to get your say-so?
My mom.
Did you ever ask your mom, say, why do you pull me into these arguments to get my opinion?
Yeah, I just said like, I don't want to be a part of this.
And what did she say in response to that?
But just keep asking and then they keep arguing.
See, I don't like the way the mother was using her daughter like some sort of flying monkey, to help her, like her situation. These are grown adults, and this is your husband. Why would you want to put your daughter in a situation like this into the arguments? Something seriously wrong with her. And that must have been a lot of stress for her. A lot of stress, have to deal with that. Resume.
I'm going to go forward to January of 2020 now, right? Well, let me go back to Christmas of 2019. Did Gannon and Lena, were they with their mom during the holiday period?
Yes, I believe we celebrated Christmas early with them.
Did they go back to South Carolina to be with their mom over the holidays?
I see you, Jackie, creeping through the back door. Hey, lovely darling, few minutes late, but listening in from the bushes. No problem, girl. Glad to have you here, and blessings to you. Blessings.
Yes.
Did they eventually come back?
Yes.
And would that have been now January 2020 when they came back to the house?
Yes.
Now, was your mom working here in Colorado?
Yes.
Where was she working?
At a school.
Do you remember what school?
I don't remember the name of it, no.
Branch Elementary sound familiar?
Yes.
Is that the school she was working at?
Yes.
In January of 2020, do you know whether or not Albert and your mom were planning to go on a cruise to celebrate their anniversary?
Yes.
Tell the jury about that.
It was a couple-day cruise that they were planning to go on. That was towards the end of the month.
Okay. And did they go on a cruise?
They did, yes.
Where did they go on this cruise? Do you know?
No.
What was going to happen with you and Lena and Gannon while they were gone on a cruise?
She hired a babysitter.
And did you know this babysitter?
No.
Do you know why she hired a babysitter?
No.
And you were how old at the time?
17.
And had you watched the kids before?
Yes.
Had you watched the kids overnight before?
Yes.
How did that, did you ever ask your mom, why are you getting a babysitter? I'm here.
Yeah.
How'd she respond to that?
I don't remember. I just remember being like really upset about it.
Do you remember this babysitter's name?
No.
Had you ever seen her before?
No.
Have you ever seen her after?
No.
When they get back from the cruise, how long were they gone? Do you remember?
I think it was the weekend.
So was it a 3-day weekend or a long weekend, or was it just Saturday, Sunday?
I don't remember.
Yep, I have to pause. Who just creeped through the back door and hasn't been here for a minute or two? And how you doing, Captain? And hugs and kisses to you and blessings. Hello, Donna. Just being real, hey, beautiful. And hello to everyone in chat. Good to see you. Good to see you. And blessings to you. Blessings. Long time, too. Oh, gosh. Everybody's popping up. I love it. I love it. Love it. All right. Everybody, we will resume.
Remember exactly.
When they come back, how was Albert's and your mom's relationship at that time?
It seemed fine. I think his mom came to visit after that too.
When you say his mom, are you talking about Albert's mom?
Albert's mom, yes.
And how long did she stay?
Only a few days.
On January 25th of 2020, did Albert have to go to another training?
Yes.
Tell the jury about that. Do you know where he was going?
I think it was Oklahoma.
And do you know how long he was to be gone?
No.
Was it longer than a couple days?
Yes.
Was it longer than a week?
I don't know.
Okay, not a problem. So, do you remember when he actually left to go on that training?
You mean like the exact day or?
Yeah, if you do you know?
No. It was like close to the time that his mom came. It was like a couple days after, I think.
Did he leave with his mom when he went to the training?
I don't remember.
Why don't we do it this way? Do you remember January 26th of 2020?
Yes.
And was that the day that you were supposed to go on a hike with your mother, Gannon, and Lena?
Yes.
Did Albert leave the day before?
I don't remember.
Okay. I don't remember. That's fine. Was Albert Stauch there on the day that you were going to go on a hike?
No.
So was he in Oklahoma, on his way to Oklahoma, or do you know?
Yes.
You just don't know when he left.
Right.
Is that fair? All right.
Okay, Melanie said something. The babysitter name is Stephanie. Texts between her and Satan's daughter were in the probable cause affidavit, but she is not on either witness list. Interesting. Thank you for that tidbit. Thank you.
So January 26, 2020, that's a Sunday. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Did you recall going to church with your mother and Gannon and Lena? that
No, we did
Sunday?
not.
And is that something you would remember if you did go to church that day?
Yes.
And on January 26, 2020, were you scheduled to go to work that day?
No, I was not scheduled.
Did you go to work that day?
Yes, I got called in.
And tell the jury about that. Where were you working and why did you get called in?
I was working at Massage Envy. And I think they were like short staffed or somebody called out. That's why I got called in.
And was that unusual?
No.
I wanted to point out, does anybody think at the time of the vacation that they went on, well, let me show here. What do y'all think? Let me know, share thoughts. You think when they went on this vacation, do you think at that time she had in her mind that she was going to kill Gannon? What do you think? Tell me then. Do you think so? And what's your thoughts in thinking about her having a babysitter? That was very odd. She was old enough to watch the kids. Why would she want to get a babysitter? That I can't figure out. Or whoever's watching replay, you can answer the question too. But let me know in the comments. Let me know. Resume.
Would other employees get called in kind of last second if someone calls in sick, that kind of thing?
Yes.
And what Massage Envy were you working at back in January 2020?
First in Maine.
Where is that within the city? Do you know?
It's near like shopping complexes. I don't remember exactly where it was or road names or anything.
Is it in the northern part of the city?
Yes.
Off of the Powers Drive over there?
Yes.
Okay. How long would it take you to get to work?
25, 30 minutes.
I'm going to put the link in if anybody want to jump up. And Melanie, if you want to come up here and share your thoughts, if you have a second now, later, or maybe you don't want to. It's up to you, but I'm going to put the link in. Now, Melanie said the texts were just different variations of Satan's daughter's story of what happened. Oh, interesting. Okay. Reason.
And you were living on kind of the south side of the city.
Right.
All right. So you go to work that day. So obviously you didn't get to go on the hike. Do you know whether or not your mom and Gannon and Lena went on a hike?
We did.
How do you know that?
She told me and I got sent pictures.
And whose idea was it to go on this hike? Do you remember?
No.
But it was a planned event where you were actually going to go on it as well.
Right.
Did your mom tell you anything about what had happened on the hike, in particular with Gannon, while they're out at the hike?
Yes, she said that he had used the bathroom, like in his pants, so they had to leave, go home
And how were you communicating with her?
through text.
And do you know where they went to go on a hike?
I think it was Garden of the Gods, but I could be wrong.
Okay, now Gigi says something to think about. Honestly, I don't see anything wrong with the babysitter. It gave Harley a little break, and it was an extra set of eyes, seeing as though the parents would be gone for the weekend. It's just something about Nell Gigi. I don't know. It's just something about, Satan's daughter's personality. I don't see her doing that for her daughter, like, giving the daughter a break. Unless the daughter is kind of like out there wild and let me get a babysitter because she gonna probably have boys up in the house. She's a teenager or something like that. That's just weird. If she was a normal person, yeah, I can see that. Nell Gigi, just giving the daughter a break. That's not her kids. Maybe she wanted to go to a party, whatever. But if I'm correct on the stand, she thought it was a little bit weird. Like she didn't have a problem, just a weekend. But something to think about. Let's get it. Resume.
Wrong, I don't remember.
May I approach a witness?
You may.
I'm gonna hand you what's been marked at 2:05. Do you guys, I don't know who's doing. May I approach you?
You may. Go ahead.
I'm gonna hand you People's Exhibit 205, which is a notebook. Recognize that notebook?
Yes,
Do you have an opportunity to look at that last night?
yes,
And do you know what that notebook is?
yes.
And what is it?
It's text messages between my mom and I.
And are those text messages between January 25th, 2020 at 3:42 p.m. all the way January 29th, 2020 to 4:27 p.m.?
Yes,
And does those text messages in that notebook accurately reflect the conversations that you were having with your mom via text messages during that time period?
yes,
This time we move to admit People's Exhibit 205.
Exhibit 205 will be admitted. Go ahead.
Now, in People's Exhibit 205, we're going to publish that and go through them, okay, Ms. Hunt? Would that help you kind of establish a timeline as to when conversations are being made?
yes.
You can go ahead and publish 205, please.
I
Ms.
see
Hunt, you
you,
can either look at
Gigi.
the notebook
Okay.
or the TV screen, whatever's easier for you.
You ever have that moment in the mirror where you're
So on the first page, we see a text on January 25th at 9:09 p.m. Do you see that?
Yes.
And do you know what that's regarding?
Something about our dogs.
Now, for the jury's benefit, there's a blue bubble and a green bubble up on the screen. Who is the blue bubble referenced to?
I am the blue bubble.
So that's coming from your phone.
Yes.
And the green bubble?
It's my mom.
And this, what we see on the screen behind us looks like a picture. See that?
Yes.
What is that picture of, you know?
Of one of our dogs.
And do you know why it says maybe Nicole there on the green bubble?
Do not.
But you know that's your mom's phone number, right?
Yes.
And so do you remember having this conversation with her back on the 25th?
Yes.
Please. The next message says they are saying it may have been his daughters. Do you remember what that was a reference to?
No.
Is this about the same time when Kobe Bryant, the basketball player, died in a helicopter accident?
Yes.
And were you and your mom discussing that prior to you going to work that day?
Yes.
Do you know if that's in reference to perhaps Kobe Bryant's daughters being on the helicopter?
Yes.
And do you remember having that conversation now that I've said those things?
I do.
Okay. If we can scroll down, please. Now, we have a blue bubble that says daughter up at the top. Is that your phone number at the time?
Yes.
So you say, oh no. Is that right?
Yes.
Can you scroll down, please? That was with him? Is that what you say?
Oh no. Yes.
Okay. Can we go ahead and scroll down a little further, please? One up there. Can you go back? I'm sorry. Back, right there. All right, so we're now at January 26, 2020 at 5:11 p.m. You're where at this time? Do you remember?
I'm at work
And do you know where your mom and the kids are?
on a hike.
So you say where you're going, right?
Yes.
Are you there at 5:11 p.m.?
Yes.
You can look at the TV if it's easier to see it, okay?
Okay.
She says, get good. Can we scroll down? She says food. Remember that?
Yes.
And why are you asking her where? Anywhere close to my work, I want chips.
Because I was hungry.
You wanted your mom to bring you some food, right?
Yes.
Do you remember having this conversation with her back then? Go ahead and scroll down. Now, here she says, no, LOL, we are going up the street because Gannon pooped his pants. Is that the first time you hear about Gannon pooping his pants?
For that day, yes.
Had that happened before?
Previously, yes.
Did Gannon have some stomach issues?
Yes.
That wasn't too surprising to you when you saw this message?
No.
Was it surprising to your mom?
No.
You say OMG. What does that stand for?
Oh my gosh.
I think everyone knows that, but I hope you understand why I asked that. Okay. Can we go ahead and scroll down, please? So did she, what do you think she means when she says, yeah, all that moving?
Like exercising or moving around.
Did that in the past cause issues with Gannon's stomach and cause him to have accidents?
To my knowledge, yes.
How did you get that knowledge?
What I was told.
Who told you?
I don't know.
Remember?
I don't know because it was said multiple times. I don't remember.
No problem. We can go ahead and scroll down, please. Okay, let's stop right there, please. So now we're at the point, it's January 26th at 9:54 p.m. Are you still at work?
Yes.
You remember getting this text message that we see on the screen now that says, do panic, but Gannon turned on a candle downstairs, set the downstairs on fire. I had to get the
Okay, 12 bells. You just creep through the back door. Blessings to you and happy Sunday. And what the 12 bells says, oh my gosh, his response that she's surprised. You've been following this trial, 12? You've been following this trial? If it's common, she would likely say, not again. Let me know you've been following this trial, but good to see you. All right, resume. Oh, you know why I got this pause for a second. Let me just read the poll real quick. We have 17 votes so far. And the question is, do you think on the trip she found out Gannon was in the suitcase? All right, 18 votes. And 39% said yes, she found out. 22% said no way. 28% says I'm not sure. And 11% said I feel she helped cover for her. All right, let's get back to it.
dogs and Lena out and run back downstairs and jump on him with a cover and put it out. I kept jumping on him.
Yes.
What were you doing at Massage Envy? What was your role?
I worked at the front desk.
So were you able to read these as soon as you got them, or with customers, or what was going on?
We were pretty busy often, so I was probably reading it in between.
And then she says at 9:54 and 52 seconds, he is fine, he is scared and saying sorry and freaking out. Do you remember getting that?
Yes.
And do you remember how you responded to these text messages from your mom?
Yes, I was reading them pretty quickly because I was at work and I thought she was saying that the fire was on our dogs.
And you know that because the text messages are coming up, or do you remember doing that?
I remember, yeah.
And tell us about your dogs. How many dogs did you have?
We had 2 dogs, a French bulldog and an English bulldog.
And when did you get those dogs? Do you remember?
A little before Christmas.
So shortly before all this happened?
Yes.
So December 2019?
I think it was closer to like November.
And do you currently still have those dogs?
Yes.
What's their names?
Sadie and Chance.
What kind of dog is Sadie?
A French bulldog.
Chance is?
An English bulldog.
And Chance was named after who?
My dad.
Okay, we can go ahead and scroll down. So you say the fire was on Chance.
Yes.
Now, are you saying this because you didn't really get a chance to read the text, or what's going on here?
Yes, I didn't really get a chance to read it, and it was just like a lot, and I was so confused what was going on.
Would Gannon have a habit of lighting candles and hanging out in the basement by himself?
No.
Have you ever seen him light a candle and sit on the couch, hanging out next to a candle?
No.
So eventually, when we scroll down, we'll see that your mom makes it real clear that it was Gannon that was involved in this candle. What were you thinking when you were getting these text messages?
None of the texts were fully clear, so they were really confusing at first. I was kind of asking to elaborate.
Did she actually send you a picture of the area where this candle supposedly fell down?
Yes.
And do we see that now on the TV screen?
Yes.
This was sent January 26, 2020 at 9:57 p.m.
Yes.
Can we go ahead and scroll down again, please? So she says when you ask about Chance, she says, no, Chance was upstairs. The house is smoky. Do you remember her saying?
I see you, Carrie, just popping through the back door. People creeping through the back door. I'm late. I'm listening from the beginning. All right, so you back there. I had to do that the other day. Wasn't Friday crazy, Carrie? You was there when we was at Carrie's live stream, her place. Friday was insane. I'm gonna cover Friday, but it had to be during the week, so we're gonna focus on the daughter here. But next week we're gonna focus on Thursday. I think Thursday was day 13. Woo boy! All right, resume.
Saying that to you?
Yes.
Scroll down, please. Said the first was on Chance. What did you mean by that?
I meant fire.
So did you think there was two fires, or?
I thought that's what she meant the whole time, that the fire was on Chance, because she never said any names.
Go ahead and scroll down. A fire, and then she says, I jumped on him with a cover. Remember that?
Yes.
You ever talk to your mom about this text message on the phone or in person about what the heck are you talking about? What happened here?
I did once I got home.
Talk about that when we get there, okay?
Okay.
Let's go ahead and scroll down and look at the text message. And so you say, oh, okay, and she says, I never said Chance. Remember getting that?
Yes.
You said jumped on him, and you said OMG again, right?
Yes.
Says yes, but never said Chance. Read again. Remember her saying that?
Yes.
That I just had a heart attack.
Yes.
Why did you a heart attack? But why did you say I just had a heart attack?
Because I thought that she meant Chance, and still no names were said, so I don't know who she was referring to at that point in time.
Did you eventually, as we'll see as we scroll down, find out that it was Gannon she was referring to?
Yes.
Obviously, when you get home, you find that out, right?
Yeah.
So you're asking where the other dog is, Sadie, right?
Mhm.
Yes or no?
Yes. Sorry.
And your mom responds, she was in the chair.
Yes.
So you're concerned about the dogs.
Yes.
Go ahead and scroll down some more. Then you say OMG by the fire. Right?
Yes.
So your mom says that Lena grabbed Sadie and I grabbed Chance NR. Right?
Yes.
And did you talk to her about that?
Yes.
Dance, now all of us were upstairs. You remember her saying that?
Yes.
And scroll down. He was downstairs. You know who she was talking about when she said he was downstairs at that point?
Not until the next message.
So you say Gannon was downstairs.
Yes.
She says yes, right?
Yes.
During this conversation, is that the first time that you realized that Gannon may have been burned or was part of this fire situation?
Yes.
OMG. You ask her, how did he knock it over? Why did
Yes.
you ask her that?
Because at this point, I'm still confused of what happened or how it happened.
Was there some confusion based on your experience of Gannon not being the type of kid that would hang out by a candle in the basement?
Yes.
Scroll down. Says he said he must have fell asleep. You say, so it wasn't? I think you meant to say knocked over.
Yes.
I don't even know how you pronounce that. And you can go ahead and scroll down. He says, yes, OMG, can you read? Sounds like a typical mother, teenage daughter text conversation going on here, right?
Yes.
Other than the obvious fire situation.
Yes.
So how did you respond to that, you know?
Yes.
So she goes on and says, he must have knocked it over while asleep unless he was awake and lied. That sound like something Gannon would do?
I don't know because kids will lie sometimes, so I can't really answer that.
Okay, no problem. You can go ahead and scroll down some more, please. She says, but he acted sorry for sure. And you say AWW. What does AWW stand for?
Oh,
Like, oh?
no, like, oh,
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. So do you remember about what time you got off work on the 26th during this text messaging process here?
yeah, it was late around like 10:30 or so.
If the information from Massage Envy says you clocked out at 10:18 p.m. on January 26th, would that be accurate?
Yes.
Just refreshing, Your Honor.
You know, what, you can ask her what time she thinks she clocked out.
Do you know approximately what time you clocked out and left work that day?
Yes, a little after 10 sometime.
In between 10 and 10:30? Do
Yes.
you remember what time you got home?
Takes me like 25 minutes or so to get home, so a little bit of time after that.
Did you talk to your mom on your way home from Massage Envy that night?
I normally tell her that I'm leaving, so probably yes.
And so what do you see when you get home? Describe to the jury what you see in the house when you got home from work.
I get home. My mom and Lena are in the living room and they're telling me about the fire. Gannon wasn't upstairs at this point.
So who, you said they are telling you, were both Lena and your mom telling you about what happened downstairs?
Yes.
What did your mom tell you at this point when you get home?
She told me that the candle was knocked over. She thinks that he was playing on his Nintendo and he wasn't supposed to be, so that maybe that's how he knocked it over. That after the fire, they ran outside and she called her fireman friend and asked if the fumes in the house were okay for us to go back inside, and they said yes. And she said that when they were in the street, Gannon was screaming that he hates his life and screaming different things.
What did you think about that last part your mother just told you about Gannon life?
I didn't think that the candle thing was a big deal, so it was just still so confusing.
Was your mother concerned about Albert finding out about this and being upset about it?
Normally, Albert's not the one to get mad about like stuff getting messed up, so
When she told you about Gannon going out in the street and yelling that he hates his life and things like that, did that sound like the Gannon that you knew?
no, he hasn't done that before.
You said that it was Lena and your mom upstairs when you got home on the 26th afterward.
Mhm.
Do you know where Gannon was at?
Downstairs.
Did you go downstairs?
Yes,
What did you see when you went downstairs?
him laying in his bed,
Did you go into his room?
by the doorway.
Was he asleep?
I don't remember.
Did you talk to him?
No.
Was the light on in his room?
I don't know.
that the last time you saw him?
Yes.
Were there any windows open in the basement when you went down there?
Yes, the windows were open. It was cold down there.
How many windows were open down in the basement?
I don't know.
It was January 26th. And you know about what time it is now when you went down to Gannon's room?
It was a little later because my mom was like, let's go tell Gannon goodnight. So that's why we went down there.
Anything unusual about your mom saying, let's go tell Gannon goodnight?
Not something that she normally would do.
It's not something she would normally do?
Correct.
That's surprising to you when she said that?
Yes.
Did she go down there with you when you went to Gannon's room?
Yes, we both went down there.
Do you recall your mom talking to Gannon?
She said goodnight to him. She was like, goodnight.
Do you know whether or not Gannon responded?
I don't remember, no.
So was Gannon's bedroom window open as well?
I don't know.
Was it cold down in the basement?
Yes.
Did you sleep down in the basement that night?
No.
Where was your room within the house?
In the basement.
Would it have been close to Gannon's room, or was it like on the other side of the basement area?
On the other side of the basement.
Was your room cold in there?
I don't remember.
Why'd you sleep upstairs?
Because it was cold downstairs. You could still smell like the fumes, and like everything just felt like everything in the house just felt weird.
Why did it feel weird?
Because my mom made the comments. She was like, Gannon's acting weird. I don't know what's wrong with him. She said that she was scared.
Who else slept upstairs?
Lena.
Is there anyone else in the house?
No.
Okay, what does Melanie says? I'm giving her grace and empathy, but I still have issues with all of that. I don't know, she answers, with especially given she had a proper proffer agreement and salute of statute of limitations was up. See, I don't know what to get with this girl. Not saying she was helping to plot the murder and she wanted something to happen to Gannon. I just feel somewhere along the line she did realize something happened. Because the reason why I'm saying this, with these narcissists and sociopaths, these personality disorders, they talk a lot and they actually throw their own self under the bus. They do. And I always say that. They throw themselves under the bus. And I just don't see them being in that vehicle a long trip. And it's supposed to be so cold in there and everything. And I just see that Satan's daughter cracked in some sort of way. Something happened. And then she probably just went off on her and said, yeah, I did it. It was an accident. But you have to understand me. And I'm your mother. It's just you and I. And do you want to go to jail? You want to go to jail? What you gonna do without me? And then she just got caught up in it and didn't know what to do. And her mother's very controlling because these narcissists and sociopaths, they're very controlling. And especially if you have them as a parent. They figure, they don't look at you as an independent person that have their own lives and their own thoughts and feelings. And that you're going to grow up and be an independent person. You're going to live your life. No, they look at you as their possession. I had you, I own you, do what I say, and how I say. That's it. You live for me. That's their personality. So she might have got caught up in something like that. And she found out later. I just get the feeling that somewhere along the line, she found out. Or then again, it could be a situation that this woman just have her so scared. She's so scared of her mother, so much control, that she was just naive and didn't know anything that happened. But we don't know, do we? Interesting. Do y'all know that case with that story? I don't remember the name. But the man who had the daughter, and he had the daughter living in the basement, locked room or whatever for years, and he was blank her to his daughter, and she had kids by him until the reason why she got out because one of the kids had got sick and she begged him to go to the doctor, and her whole family lived upstairs, mommy and everything, and mother didn't know that her daughter was in the basement, and they was all wanting to know where was she, did she run away, she disappeared or something like that. There go Jack. All right, and does anybody know that story? I forgot the name. Jack, do you remember the name of that piece of crap that had his daughter locked up in the basement doing blank, and she had all those kids?
You talking about that all?
I forgot the name. Anybody who?
Echo.
Oh, you echo it. Oh, I gotta change the setting. I apologize. Hold a second, ladies and gentlemen. Let me change the setting. Okay, you shouldn't be echoing now. But do you remember who I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's that Australian guy who committed
Right.
incest on his daughter and
Correct.
had multiple children. Some of them even died in the basement, and the wife didn't even know what a dump behind.
Let me tell you something. Ain't no husband mine gonna tell me you ain't going downstairs and you locking it up. Soon as he step out the house, I'm down there. What you hiding? But there are some simple wives like that. They really scared and controlled by their husbands and everything that happens. All right. Well, Carrie says yes. Friday it was insane, wasn't it? It was insane. All right. What does Carrie have to say? I'm not a fan of Harley at all. I'm surprised at how many people are falling for her manipulative behavior. I'm not feeling her. I don't know. It's just something about her. I'm not saying I just think somewhere along the line she found out, ladies and gentlemen. This is my thoughts and opinions. I could be completely wrong. You know, you got this controlling monster as a mother, maybe, but oh, I'll just skip it through. All right. Melly says something carried there, right there, and y'all, and those same people worshiping her are the ones who want to string Buster, Murdoch. I think it's a Murdoch up too. Shaking my head. All right, let me see what else. Let me see what else we got here in comments. All right, Melanie. Oh, really? Yes, that was. Oh, you're talking about that day. Okay. Yes. That's it. You got it. That was insane too. All right, Melanie said that was what what I'm feeling in the chat. Nothing scientific or that I could quote. You know, you recognize the names in groups. All right. And what else? We have anything else? I can't remember the name. Okay. Well, we figured out. Okay, we got it now. All right. Rusty has something to say. From a little bit I've read, she has been building quite the online presence. You know what? Let's take a little break now, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to watch her on TikTok. Let's get a little bit of her personality. Today is Harley Hunt Day. Okay, it's Harley Hunt Day. Yeah, we're going to check out
You talking about the daughter?
Yeah, we're going to check out on TikTok. We're going to do that right.
Okay. I know it's been an interesting day this morning.
Yeah, this
Call Dago.
It has been an interesting day. Oh, and make sure y'all watch my commentary I'm going to do on I did what I did the commentary on Majors. Oh gosh, just but we ain't gonna get it. We're not focused on him right now. All right, give me a second. All right, well, you know what? Y'all can listen to the music while I set it up. Let's not have too much time. Listen to the music. Give me a second here. Oh, now we got something. Thank you for Rusty, because you know I almost forgot about this. I meant to do this in the beginning, but I just didn't do it. I forgot. Whatever. Reason. All right. Now let's check her out here on this TikTok. Now, you know, this whole drama of everything that happened, you know, I mean, you know, your mother shot, stabbed, bludgeoned, I mean a horrific death to this angel right here, right? You was riding around in a car with the suitcase, right? I'm just saying. All right, where am I? I'm sorry, y'all. Let's watch full screen. All right, let's check out a couple of videos. Let's get to know Harley Hunt. All right.
How do you make these onesies look cute? Because, babes, like, it's not giving cute. It is giving sumo wrestler, like, about to get ready for my fight and get beat up. How do you make these onesies look cute? Because, babes, like, it's not.
Hold on a second, Donna. This
Yes.
woman talking about outgrowing people, but she might be implicated in the murder of a kid.
But I think the statute of limitations is up, so she's basically good now. If she know anything about, I don't, ladies and
Outgrow.
gentlemen, and people who's watching replay, please don't be coming for me. I already got people coming for me because I have, my thoughts and opinions. Okay, just relax. Okay, share your thoughts, but you don't have to be so mean to me. All right. So I'm not saying that this
I'm
girl
gonna make
had
this statement: if anyone gets mean with Donna, they have to deal with me.
Haha. Y'all don't want that. All right, let's get to the next one.
If happy ever afters did exist, I would still be holding you like this. If
Guys, we're headed to the airport right now. I'm about to go see my boyfriend. We're currently doing long distance and he lives in Grenada. I'm feeling so many emotions right now. I'm super excited. I'm scared. I'm nervous. I'm ready to see him. But I'm also like so ready to see this beautiful place that he's been staying in. So let's go to Grenada, baby. I also haven't been out of the country in years. So that's going to be a whole other exciting experience.
Here I am waiting to board my first plane to Charlotte. Then I decided to go take a bathroom selfie because I don't know, I thought I looked cute. And this view is just so pretty. Just made it on my plane in Charlotte. We're heading to Miami right now. Barely made it here because our plane was sitting on the tarmac for an hour. I caved and bought a chocolate bar. And let's do a little Zafel try-on haul with all the bathing suits that they sent me. Off with this blue, I guess you can say like zebra printed one. This one's super cute. I love the style on me. It fits me so well. I have one that's already super similar to this style, so. How do you make these onesies look cute? Because, babes, like, it's not giving cute. It is giving sumo wrestler.
Hold on a second, Donna.
My fight and get
This woman is nothing more than a professional clout chaser. That's all she is. She's a clout chaser. You got a bunch of clout monsters running around here. This is insane.
Epidemic out here.
I mean, clout is like Percocets combined with fentanyl. I mean, it's more addicted to fentanyl. Fenny is the most addicted drug out there in market, but clout is more addictive than fentanyl. I mean, she wants the clout bad. I mean, I think she's offering herself to some rich athlete or something to sweep her up. But if they find out that you may have been involved in a little murder of a little boy, they may want to think twice.
We're not saying that she had anything to do with it, ladies and gentlemen. We're just saying, I just kind of think a little bit she found out during the
could be an indirect co-conspirator.
Yeah, I guess there's word for it. Yeah, okay. So just everybody just calm down. Don't get so excited what we saying over here. We all sharing our thoughts and opinions, okay? It is what it is, All right, let's show another 2 more videos. This is Harley Day. Harley Day. All right, let's see what else we got.
She hardly got behind.
What you expect? You never had a queen on deck. I never was the type to be next. I'm the type to be kept.
I will always love you.
Y'all don't give influencers enough credit. I've been editing this video for an hour, and I'm over it. I'm done. Y'all don't give influencers enough credit. I've been editing this video for an hour.
I swear to God, people like to hear their own echo chamber.
She said you don't give influencers enough credit. Is that what she did?
What she's influencing? Murder?
Stop, Jess. Stop. Let's be. I can't. Look, we gotta have some laughs over here sometimes, okay? So please, y'all, don't get upset. All right. Let me get rid of this, and we're gonna get back to it. Let me read the comments, and then we're gonna get back to this trial here. I'm not gonna show the whole thing, but we're gonna get the gist of it, and I might end up speeding it up a little bit. All right, give me a second here. Oh boy. What the heck is going on? Oh, what's wrong with my music? Okay. All right, we back
Is that
on.
her hood husband?
This is Satan's daughter, and
No,
that's
that's
her
her hood
husband. Well,
husband, right?
now, yes, but now it's her ex-husband. That's ex-husband.
Okay, hood
Oh,
ex-husband.
I'm glad you said something. I want to go back and thank you, Melanie, for letting me know this. All right. You remember I said one time before, I said, oh, he got married mighty fast, after his last, after this crazy chick. But what Melanie informed me that they met at, one of those support groups and, losing someone, I guess the woman that he met, I think I have it right, that the woman that he's married to, she lost her son and he lost his son. So they met at the support group. So, you know what? I'm kind of like a hopeless romantic with certain things, and I can kind of see maybe they found comfort in each other because, dealing with the situation. So they end up being together and they married and they have a child together. So, enough. I'm not going to say nothing about that. But I will talk about Al cheating on his wife, meeting this with this woman. 4 months later, married this woman, and now this angel is not here. I'm so sick and tired of people out here deciding who should live or die. Who are you? That's only God's calling. Who are you to make that decision? All right, let me read some of these comments. I'm doing too much talking here. Let me read some comments. What am I up to? All right. What? I think I missed a lot. Oh shoot. Oh yeah. Wait a minute. I read that. Okay. Question. All right. Hold a second, y'all. Well, I'm gonna have to put some timestamps. Replay watches. Hope the TikTok pack for her trip. I guess I might have showed that. I don't know what I just showed. I just pulled, whatever TikTok that she had. All right, what does Carrie have to say? I was about to implicate France Litz, I can pronounce, composer in a kidnapping and murder case. Yeah, that was something else. All right, what does Carrie have to say? LOL. Carrie has something to say. I knew it had to do with. Got it. Yeah. All right, what else Karen have to say here? Melanie, yeah, everyone is acting like that she is a victim, but she admitted to using the case to grow her social media. But then she also blocked any mentions of his name. Wow!
I
Did you
told
hear
you she was a clout monster.
that? Wow!
She, like I said, she used the
Interesting.
situation to get the clout. They don't care.
Interesting.
Shoot.
I hope this ain't what I think I'm thinking. No, you hold that thought.
Just think
You went to
about
the
it.
whole trial. Ah, interesting. Thank you for sharing that. I'm loving these tidbits. I'm loving them. I'm loving them. Now, Gigi has something to say here. I just don't believe that she didn't smell. Oh, let's get it. Let's get it. All right. I just don't believe that she didn't smell a decomposing body, but did you peek in the back to see what's up?
But
Mm-hmm.
she can smell that coconut's cologne.
Mm-hmm. I carry also say no one better be mean to you. Oh, thank you, Gary. Thank you. Yeah, I just don't understand why people get so upset. That's right, man in the background. That's wrong. Ladies, we do need a man, don't we? We gotta have a man, good man. All right, calm down. All right, next. All right, so Jennifer, get in line. Uh oh. All right. Okay, let me see that. Miss anything else? I mean, she didn't peek in the back of the car to see what's up. I'm just saying, we're just trying to figure that out. What was the date of that video? You know what? Oh, I'm gonna see if I can figure that one out. I'm gonna try to look back when I play this, okay, Melanie? And I can go back to see. I think you're talking about the one she was on the plane to go see him. I think you meant that one. All right, what else, Mother said? What was? Oh, you said that like 2 weeks before her testimony. See, I'm not that savvy with TikTok. I'm not a TikTok person. Oh, that's a good question. When did she do these videos? See, this is all about timelines. We gotta get timelines. All right. Ooh, exactly. All right, what else Carrie have to say? When a child murder turned into a glow up. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, I think. hmm Yep, got a point there. All right, what else Carrie have to say? She sure didn't cooperate with the police, and I see no reason to be like that if you really thought her mom was innocent. Mm, okay. Oh, the captain have something to say. How can you not smell? See, Captain hasn't been following this trial. He popping it in. He's like, it just don't add up. How can you not smell a decomposing body? Something is not adding up. I think she's not in on it. So I don't think that she had something to, with her stepbrother. I think she loved him with all her heart, and her stepsister, with all her heart. I'm just saying. And these narcissistic parents, they're very controlling. What is it? Oh my gosh. I can't. Oh, well, it's gonna be one of those lives today. All right. Satan's daughter really needs a lip wax before she took that photo. This is, I'm gonna change it to roasting Satan's daughter. I gotta get that picture of the ring. She do look like the ring. I can't. She do look like that ring. That's the guy who didn't protect Gannon. Oh, ooh, deep. All right, what we got here? Cheat on Gannon's mom with his future killer. Hey, that's what it sounds like, right? That's what it sounds like. Mm-hmm. That's what it sounds like. Both of them are selfish, though. All they thought about was putting their careers first and cookies. Good. Mm-hmm. I agree. I got my little thoughts on this. I'm just trying to wait till later because it's some parts of the trial I didn't get. I didn't get and everything, but I know Friday was like a bombshell. Friday was just like crazy. But I was like, we got to really focus on that one. I was gonna change Friday to today, but we said we're gonna do her, so we're gonna focus on her. All right. Uh, Harry else said, "You can just ignore me, Donna. I'm hyped up." Oh, what flavor ice cream you have? My favorite is Baskin Robbins praline and cream. Oh my gosh, I love that one. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, Melanie says, Captain, I think the theory is the body has been left out to 29 degrees weather for 4 days, so it was frozen solid. This, that poor angel. That poor angel. He sure didn't ask to be born. And if he could have picked parents, I don't think this would have been on the list. Who is he, Donna? No, ooh, I think I understand that question. Oh, I think talking to Jack. All right, let's get back to this here because I don't want to have y'all here forever and stuff. But let's go back to Harley. You are way different in this court than when we just watching these TikToks. All right, let's resume.
It's you, your mom, Lena, and Gannon.
Yes.
Gannon's the only one sleeping in the basement.
Yes.
It's cold down there.
Yes.
Are we talking freezing cold, or was it just colder than the upstairs?
Colder than the upstairs.
That's why you didn't sleep down there.
Yeah.
And where did you sleep? In particular, what bed?
In my parents' room.
Did you sleep with your mom in the same bed?
Yes. Sorry.
There you go. Okay, good.
Young, if you can find a reasonable breaking point in the next 5 minutes.
This is a good breaking point right now, Judge, if you like.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will take our morning recess until 10:45. Again, do not discuss the case among yourselves. Do not discuss the case with anyone else. And see you back at 10:45. All rise for the jury, please.
Look at her. She do look like the ring. Look at her. Look at her. She looked just like it. I couldn't figure it out. I don't know why I kept saying cousin it. It's her. The ring. All right, let me fast forward here because we don't have to sit here and break. Okay.
These are those rhombohedron.
Can you take up outside the presence of the jury at this point in time?
No.
Okay. Let's go ahead and bring the jury back in. Let's have Ms. Hunt. Where did Ms. Hunt go? Oh, she's out in the hallway. Okay.
Got our microphones off. Yes, I just want to make sure.
I believe so. Yeah. Ms. Hunt, if you would resume your seat in the witness stand, I remind you, ma'am, that you're still under oath. All rise for the jury, please.
All right. Let me fast forward.
Thank you, may all be seated. Court will recall County CR 1358, People versus Letecia Stauch. Record should reflect the jury has returned to the courtroom. When we took our break, we were in the midst of the testimony of Ms. Hunt. That's where we will resume. With that, Mr. Young.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Hunt, there's a few more text messages from January 26th that I want to cover with you
Okay.
before we go into the 27th. Your book should be opened up to.
I know I keep pausing, but let me ask this one because Carrie brought up something and said, Neil GG, that's so true. He cared about his career when he had a child at home who was struggling. Now, what I need to know is anybody can tell me, did the daughter have his sister? Did she have any problems, any disabilities, anything like that? Or it was just Gannon? I forgot what the other angel's name. I forgot her name. And was it just Gannon? So I wonder why she just target Gannon. All right, let me know in the chat. And I think I just see Crystal creep through the back door. Hugs and kisses to you. Resume.
January 26th at 10:30, or excuse me, 10:10 p.m. Do you see that? You see a text from your mother that says, my arm is burnt jumping on him?
Yes.
Are you still at work when you get this text?
Yes.
So you say OMG. Can we go ahead and scroll down, please? And you say the fire was on Gannon.
Yes.
Are things becoming now clearer for you as to what she was talking about in her text message at work?
Yes.
Go scroll down. Go ahead and go down a little bit further. Yep. And she responds, no, the cover was. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Scroll down, please. He was wrapped in it. Remember her saying that?
Yes.
Now, when you got home, I know we talked about what you saw, but did you see any injuries to your mom?
No.
Did you see any burn marks on her arm?
I don't remember.
When you got that prior text about her saying that she burned her arm jumping on him, were you concerned that your mother may have been burned during this fire?
Yes.
Did you ask her about it when you got home?
No.
Did she say anything about being burned when you got home?
I don't remember.
You can go ahead and scroll down. She says, I jumped on him though, because he had the cover around him. Do you remember her saying that?
Yes.
Scroll down.
Frugal just creeped through the back door. Blessings to you and happy Sunday. Hugs and kisses to you, girl. All right, resume. I'm looking for the picture of the ring girl. All right, just give me a second. Look it up. All right, resume.
They say OMGG has. And it looks like if we can scroll down again that she sent you a picture. Do you remember what that picture was?
Of the couch being burnt.
Was it the floor area with some blankets around what appears to be a burned area of the carpet?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sorry.
Do you remember getting that night?
Yes.
Go ahead and scroll down, please. And you ask, what is that? Did she ever answer that?
No.
Okay. And so, do you remember about what time you went to bed that night after you got home?
No.
Do you remember whether or not you had to work in the morning?
I did, yes.
And what time did you have to be at work now on the 27th of January, 2020?
Let's pause for a second. Everybody put in some purple hearts for Gannon. Not purple hearts, blue hearts. That was his color. So let's get some blue hearts for Gannon. Blue hearts, lots of them. Don't worry about that spamming. I don't do that. Just put as much emojis as you want. I'm not that type of person over here. Okay? Long as no cursing. Put the blue hearts.
By 8:30.
That normal working time in the morning?
Yes.
We can scroll down now to a text from January 27th, 2020. Again, the blue is you. Do you remember making that text? Are you here?
Yes.
Why did you ask your mother if she is here? Remember?
I don't remember, no.
When you say here, are you referring to the house?
Yes.
Were you still at home at 7:20 a.m. on January 27th, 2020?
Yes.
Do you remember about what time you left the house?
Around 8 o'clock.
So earlier you testified that you slept in the same bed with your mother that night.
Mhm.
Does that give you any context as to why you might text her and say, are you here?
I don't remember why I said it. 'Cause I didn't see her.
So she wasn't in bed when you woke up, maybe?
Yes.
You know where she went or where she was at?
No.
Can you scroll down, please? It looks like that she texted you another picture, January 27th at 9:05 a.m. Do you recall getting a picture from her then?
Yes.
Do you know what that picture is?
Of our dog.
Okay. Do you know which dog it is?
Yes, Sadie.
Is that the first time you had any communication with your mom that morning?
Yes.
Would you have been at work by then?
Yes.
I know it's been over 3 years, but do you recall whether or not your mom's vehicle was at the residence when you went to work that day?
I don't remember.
What kind of car did your mom drive?
A black Volkswagen Tiguan.
Fairly new?
Yes.
Was it under lease?
Yes.
What kind of car were you driving?
A Volkswagen Jetta.
And what kind of car was Albert driving when he was home?
A Nissan truck.
Remember what color that truck was?
Red.
Right. So you go to work. Are you at work then when you get this picture of, did you say that was Sadie?
Yes.
So you are at work then?
Yes.
All right. And what was your shift going to be that day? Do you recall? What time would you get off?
I don't remember. It was like a morning shift, so it lasted until 4:30 or so.
Okay. We can go ahead and scroll down, please. So when you get the image of Sadie, you say OMG, and she says, she was like, it's warm. Let me try. Is your mom talking about Sadie?
Yes.
Okay. Did you know that when you got this message?
Yes.
Can you scroll down, please? Then on January 27th at 9:27 a.m., Your mother texts you, OMG, something isn't right. Do you remember getting that text message?
Yes.
Do you have any idea what that meant?
No.
Do you have any idea what that means now?
Carrie, thank you everybody putting out the blue hearts for this angel. Carrie, is this the one? Is this the picture? Is that it? Is that it? Don't she look just like her? Look. Look just like her. See? That's her. That's her sister. That's her sister. They twins. See? You see? Is this the picture? Evil woman. Evil. Do that to that kid. How do you stab a child like that? And then hit him with a blunt object and then shoot him 3 times? What could he have done to you? If you didn't want to watch the kid, you didn't want to take care of the kid, you didn't want to be bothered with, you shouldn't have married the man. You should have got with him. If you're going to marry somebody, you're supposed to love their kids just as much as you love your kids. You evil woman. That's why you're going to hell with your father. Satan. Lucifer. Oh, excuse me for cursing, ladies and gentlemen. All right, resume. Oh, hold a second. I did see Pam creep through the back door. Hugs and kisses to you, girl. This evil. Look at her. Evil. Evil. All right, let's get back to it.
Yes.
What does that mean now?
She sent me screenshots of text messages after that.
And what were the screenshots and what text messages were they?
It was a conversation between her and Albert. I think.
Remember what the substance of that conversation was?
About bath salts or hanging out with Gannon's older friend.
How did the bath salts and the older friend relate to Gannon in this text message?
It was said that that's what he had mentioned.
Did you ever know Gannon to use bath salts or have any association with bath salts in the entire time that you knew him?
No.
Okay, if we can scroll down, please. And so we see now images on an attachment that was sent from your mom. It looks like it was sent to you at 9:29 a.m. on January 27th. Is that the screenshots that you just talked about that she sent you?
Yes.
What were you thinking was going on here? I mean, had she ever sent you any messages like this before in the past?
No.
Any messages related to how Gannon and his activities and what's going on with Gannon ever sent to you in the past by your mother?
Not like the messages, no.
Was it a shock for you to see that somehow Gannon may have been related to bath salts?
Yes.
Why?
I didn't even know we had bath salts, and I wouldn't even think he would know what those are.
Did you know what they were back then?
Yes.
What were they?
Put them in the bathtub.
Okay. Ask a stupid question, you get right. Did you know whether or not kids were using bath salts at this time frame as a drug or a method to get high, that kind of thing?
I did not at the time.
Just look at Satan's daughter back there. She don't care. She does not care at all. That's why Friday was something else. When that Friday, if you watch the thing on Friday, I'm gonna do that clip because I gotta break that one down. And Friday, when she was in the interrogation with the FBI, it was just all about, well, I'll give you information. What you gonna do for me? You gotta protect me. You gotta protect me. Nobody seems to understand me. Me. This is how these sociopaths and narcissists, this is how they are. It's all about them. All about them. What you could do for them. We have to protect them. Poor them. Pull out the violins. Everybody stops. They having a moment. It's about them. No, it's about this little boy. It's about his life that you took away in a horrific way. No. I couldn't stand it. Oh, I was just getting so angry Friday. I was just getting angry. But it was actually good to watch because she basically threw herself under the bus. And I have to say the FBI agent did a phenomenal job with the questions. All right, let's get back to it. Make sure everybody hit the like. If you didn't hit the like, please hit the like now. And the people who's watching replay, please make sure you hit the like and share your opinions, your thoughts and opinions. And the people that has been watching replays, I really appreciate your comments. And the people that's been emailing me, I really appreciate it. I do. And the blessings to the channel too. I do. Thank you. Reason.
I'm not.
Did you later learn about that?
Yes.
But when you get this message, you didn't connect that as to being Gannon may have been trying to get high on bath salts or something?
No.
Can you scroll down, please? So you didn't respond to that, but at 4:20 p.m., you text your mother, just got off.
Yes.
What is that?
I always text her when I like leave or when I get off.
Do that pretty routinely?
Yes.
And how did she respond to you saying just got off?
She said yay.
Had you talked to her on the phone at any point up until this time frame when you got off of work?
No.
Had you had any idea what her plans were that day on January 27th, 2020, when you were at work?
No. I did get a text message though from Gannon's phone.
Let's talk about that.
Okay.
I approach your witness.
Okay.
I hand you what's been marked as People's Exhibit 204. And that's a plastic sleeve, so you can pull the contents out, and I'll ask if you recognize that. Have you had a chance to look at that?
Yes.
What is People's Exhibit 204?
It's
What
a
it is?
message between me and Gannon's phone.
And is that what you're talking about? Is that the message you got indicating what it says here?
Yes.
And what was your understanding of what this message meant to you?
That my mom left her phone at home and if I needed anything to text Gannon's phone.
And does that help refresh your memory as to what was going on the 27th while you were at work?
Yes.
And does these messages accurately reflect the conversation you had with regards to these two phones back on January 27th, 2020?
Yes.
Move to admit People's Exhibit 204.
Defense. Exhibit 204 will be admitted. Go ahead.
And so rather than publish it, I'm going to ask you to read it. Is the messages from Gannon's phone, is that in green on People's Exhibit 204?
Yes.
Could you read the messages and at what time you got those from Gannon's phone?
At 10:37, he messaged Tisha left phone at home. If you need her, text me. And then at
I agree, Rusty. I agree with you. Resume.
1:20, messaged you okay, miss you.
And did you respond to that particular message?
Yes. At 1:24, I said yes, miss you too.
So if you needed to get a hold of your mom, you knew you needed to call Gannon's phone. Is that what this is all about?
Yes.
Did you know whether or not where they were going or what they were doing when the message came in saying she left her phone at home?
At the time, no.
Was that unusual for your mother to leave her own phone at home when she went out running errands or to do whatever she was going to do?
Yes.
Why was that unusual?
She always brought her phone everywhere.
Did you think it was unusual at the time you got this text message from Gannon's phone saying, hey, Tisha left her phone at home. Call me if you need something?
No.
Why do you think it's unusual now?
What Captain said, they all gonna laugh at you. Carrie. I'm done. All right. Carrie said that wasn't the one. You know what, Ash? I never did watch the movie. I never did watch it. I don't know which one. I'll just keep fooling around and see if I can find it. All right, see if I can find the one that you're talking about. All right, resume.
It's just weird how this particular day she left her phone at home.
And you say that because when you get off of work and get home, Gannon wasn't there?
Yes.
So how long did it take you to get home on the 27th, 2020? Do you recall?
No.
What happens when you get home?
When I get home, mom's upstairs, just have a normal conversation, and she tells me that she looked up on the internet how to like remove fire stains from the carpet. So she wanted me to go to the store and get that stuff for her.
Who did you see home when you got home?
I remember seeing my mom home, and then Lena came in after.
Did you see Gannon?
No.
Think anything unusual about Gannon not being home when you get off work?
I did ask her, I said, where is Gannon at? And she said that he was with one of his friends and that she told him to come back by a certain time because we were going to dinner.
So if you text your mother that you just got off at 4:20,
What did you say, Rusty? I can't tonight. This is insane. Rusty said, on fire. LOL, still have visions of you sitting on Surratt's trial. Bam, boom, smack, punch, drop kick. I can't stand him. Ooh, I can't stand him. I can't stand Pimple Face. But like I said, we got to get back to Pimple Face because there's more to it. Those kids was running amok. Okay? What is going on with the parents? We got to get into that one. I'm not finished with that one. Because I don't know why these parents didn't know these kids out here doing orgies. Yeah, I said it. Middle school? Really? All right, let's get back to it. He's back on the Harley. Reason.
p.m. What time do you think he got home based on that text message?
4:50.
If we have People's Exhibit 47 that shows you getting home at 4:37 p.m., would that be about right?
Yeah.
Do you know that there's Ring video in your neighborhood and you can see when cars are going? And
Yes.
so if you get home about 4:37 p.m., where was Lena at when you got home?
She was outside playing. I remember her coming in with like a bike.
And what time, do you know what time she got out of school?
Elementary gets out at like 2:30.
She ride a bus to and from school?
Yes.
Would it be unusual for her to be outside from getting off the bus up until you got home from work?
Yes, because normally there's like a routine. The kids would come home and like get snacks, do their homework, and then they'd go outside and play.
So when you get home that day, what was your...
You know what? Let's go back to the comments here, okay? Nell Gigi has said, I was reading it, she sat up and watched Harley the entire time, but put her head down when everyone else testified. Yes, through the whole trial so far, she did, but when her daughter was up, and I was thinking the same thing. I was a little curious about that one, right? Now, Carrie says she was trying to manipulate the FBI. Okay, you said that one. All right. Yeah, definitely. Let me read that one. Carrie says she was trying to manipulate an FBI agent who specialized in working with evil people. See, this is what I say about these narcs and sociopaths, psychopaths. They always think they're smarter than everybody else. Just like Surratt, he thought he was smarter than that whole courtroom. He thought he was smarter than the judge. This is what they do. All right. Now, let's go back to Carrie. What Carrie says she may miss Harley. I was thinking that too. But see, these people don't have empathy. They don't have no remorse. Right now, it's all about her. Poor her. What are they going to do for her? She needs help. You know what I'm saying? Supposed to be her. And then Nell Gigi says, Carrie, I think that she was trying to manipulate and intimidate her. Exactly. And that's what I believe too. We could be completely wrong. But my thoughts is that's why she did that. She was watching her because, just remember when we was little, and we did something wrong, and our parents just give us that look, and then you'll be like, uh-oh, and you'll immediately stop. Oh, come on, really? Not now. You know what I mean? And then you just immediately stop. It's like that kind of look. Like, you better not go there. Because, I have to say something, and that's it. You get what I'm saying? So she still has control over her, even though she's in the prison. She's, in the jail, wherever she's at, but she's going to be gone. Yeah, I think so too. Oh, who else just creeped through the back door? Really just creeped up in here. And good evening and blessings to you. All right. Let's resume. What do y'all think? Share your thoughts on this one. But I personally think it was just, like that. I kind of agree with that with Nell Gigi. Maybe Carrie, maybe she did, but these people don't have emotions. They don't care about nobody. It's only when they don't care about people, what you can do for them. And once you stop
about
doing
her
for them,
TikTok status. That's all she cares about.
I can't.
She's trying to get a professional athlete. Athletes, this little girl is trying to trap you. She's stalking you. She want a kid by you so she could be sealed for 18 years.
Oh,
watch out for her.
You didn't. No, you didn't.
I mean, she influences murder. Why won't she influence in getting the man wrenched up in 18 years in child support? Come on now.
I'm done.
If he doesn't pay for the kid, she'll probably just kill him.
What? Follow mama's footsteps? Stop it.
Yep.
All right. Good. Let's go back. That's Jack. That's my co-host. He gets a little raw sometimes. Okay, that's just who he is. All right, let's resume.
Your mother doing?
I don't remember. I just remember talking to her before I left.
You remember about how long you were in the house before you left?
No.
Did you ever go down to the basement?
No.
Lena ever go down to the basement?
Not that I know of, no.
Your mother ever go down to the basement while you're at home?
I know she did after, maybe, I'm not sure.
So do you remember about how long you were in the house before you left?
No, it was very, brief.
If the video says it's about 15 to 16 minutes by the time you pull up and then leave again with Lena, would that be accurate?
Yes.
And again, for the record, that's People's Exhibit 47. So what did your mom ask you to do when you were at home?
She asked me to go to the dollar store to get the items that she sent me because it was too clean, like the fire that happened downstairs the night before.
And did anyone go with you to the dollar store?
Lena did, yes.
Whose idea was it for Lena to go with you?
My mom's.
Why is that, you know?
No.
And did she tell you exactly what you needed to buy at the dollar store?
Yes.
And do you remember what that was?
Looking at the messages, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna, if I can just have a second, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
You remember getting a receipt from the dollar store when you went there?
I don't know.
Okay. Let me see if I can help you. Coach Honor?
You may.
Again, People's Exhibit 197 and 198, okay?
Okay.
You recognize those items? Let's start with 197.
Yes.
What is People's Exhibit 197?
The items that I bought at the dollar store.
And is that a photograph of a receipt from the dollar store?
Yes.
What about 198? You see that envelope?
Yes.
They're writing on that envelope?
Hold on.
At the top?
She talking about the
label
dollar
with some
store.
print on it?
Yes.
I thought she shops in Prada and Fendi and Gucci, and by the way that TikTok looks like she ain't nobody cheap.
Come on. She's talking about the day of the killing, Jack.
Oh, okay. Oh, so when this murder is on the budget. Okay, I see.
No. The evil woman killed the stepson that day. She's coming home from work. Go to the store. Get me some stuff from the store. She's like, okay, get some cleaning products. But she didn't know that she's.
That's what I was saying. Murder cover up on the budget. But then when it comes to a TikTok, it's Neiman Marcus, it's Saks Fifth Ave.
She didn't know. She didn't know nothing at that time. But we think that she knew something when Gannon body was in the car. Nobody knew nothing at that time. Because even like the other stepdaughter who came. You know,
I'm not saying she directly knew, but I mean, she was indirectly a co-conspirator to this case.
Well, yeah, if you put it that way, yes, you got a point. Yes. Reason.
Does that relate to the dollar store receipt that we have a photograph of in 197?
Yes.
There's some scissors to your right on that table right there. Would you mind opening that envelope and just pulling out whatever's in there and take a look at it to yourself if you don't mind?
Okay. I can just cut the top.
You can cut it. You know, it's okay if I open it?
That's fine.
Thanks. And just for the record, I'll cut it open for you, okay?
Oh, she had a red Mercedes?
Cut it along the side here.
I didn't know she had a red Mercedes. Huh.
Scissors back on that table. You can pull that item out of that envelope and take a look at it.
Wait, hold on. She need gloves.
No, it's a.
Okay.
Do you want gloves? Yes, I should ask you, right?
I don't know.
There's some gloves. If you don't want to touch anything in there, you can put gloves on.
Okay.
Let me do it this way. How about I pull it out?
Okay.
I'll show that to you. Do you recognize that?
Yes.
What is that?
The receipt.
Okay. Is that the same receipt that we have a photograph of in 197?
Yes.
The same general condition it was when you got it back on January 27th, 2020.
Yes.
It's lawyer stuff. Bear with me, okay? Yeah, I moved to admit people's exhibit 197 and 198 at this time.
Hence, exhibits 197 and 198 will be admitted.
Request to publish people's exhibit 197.
You may go ahead.
As we're pulling that up, we may have to mute the screen, Your Honor, so that we can pull up another exhibit. Thanks. Did your mom tell you why you needed to buy these items at the dollar store?
Yes.
Why?
To help with the fire that happened the night before. She said that she looked it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That she looked it up.
So did she want to clean the area where the fire was? Is that what's going on?
Yes.
Is that what she told you?
Yes.
Is that there? Okay, we can probably unmute it now, Judge. Thanks. So behind you on the TV screen, we have 197. Can you just read off the items that you bought there at the dormitory?
Elastics. Sorry, it's kind of blurry.
You could probably look at the one behind you. It might be a little clearer. Maybe we can zoom in on it a little. Feel better?
Yes. Elastics, extra strength. DEO. I don't know what that stands for.
Deodorizer, maybe?
Yes.
Remember buying deodorizer at the Dollar Tree that day?
Yes. Baking soda, baby oil, baby lotion, double bubble, trash bags, and cotton rounds.
Bubble gum there as well, maybe?
Yes.
Is that Lena?
Yes. I remember I had got like lotion and stuff for myself there too. So yeah.
And so you and Lena go. Do you remember about how long you were gone?
No.
No Lubriderm.
We can take that down if you like.
It's just
What happens
dollar
when you get
lotion.
home?
We get back. Time had gone by. There was like a specific time that my mom said that she asked Gannon to be home, and as time like approached, he never came home.
So was there a plan for you guys to have dinner together or anything like that on the
Yes.
27th when you got home?
Yes.
Tell the jury about that.
She said that she asked him to come home by like 5 or 6 and said that we were going to go eat sushi. And then when time had gone by and he didn't get back, she was like, I guess he didn't want to eat sushi. And then after that, we started looking for him.
Did she tell you when he went to a friend's house?
No.
Was it unusual for Gannon to go to a friend's house and play and do things that normal 11-year-old kids do?
No.
So at that point, what did you think? I mean, was it unusual for him not to come home when he was told to come home?
Yes.
What do you base that on?
Because he's very specific with like time.
Is your mother pretty strict when it comes to following the rules around the house?
Yes.
And that way with you your entire life?
Yes.
Had she been that way with Lena and Gannon?
Yes.
You go over there, you're going to be home at a certain time or there's going to be consequences type thing?
Yes.
And so what was your mom's demeanor like? What was her expressions when she was telling you that Gannon was supposed to be home at 6 and he didn't come home?
She was worried. Remember, we got in the car and we drove to his friend's house. Lena walked up to the door to knock and see if he was there. They said no. And after that, that's when she started to get worried.
Green again.
Yes, as soon as she's ready, Judge. I mean, We can unmute it now, Judge, if you don't mind. Thanks. So what I'd like to do is scroll down, if it's okay, Mr. Gratiano, to January 27th at 7:02 p.m. Be the next one there. We go. Keep going. Are you there? Do you see that text message in the book that you have in front of you?
Yes.
It appears to be a screenshot of something. Do you remember what that screenshot was?
Messages between her and Albert.
Now, at 7:02 p.m. on the 27th, were you out looking for Gannon? Is that when you and Lena were going to a friend's house to see if he was there, that type of thing?
Yes.
You know why she's sending you this screenshot? Did she ever tell you why she was doing that?
I can't remember what's on it.
Okay. That's okay, Harley. We can move on. Why don't we scroll down, please? And then she sends you any luck at 7:08 p.m. on the 27th. Do you know what she was referring to with regards to that?
To finding Gannon.
Did she go out with you to look for Gannon at all?
We all went out together at first, and then I remember I took my car and drove down to his school to see if he was like at the park or something.
At that point in time, did you think he was out and about? And what was going on through your mind? Did you think he had run away or what?
Yeah, I just thought that he had ran away or he was just at his friends, didn't want to come home.
Why did you think that?
That's just what I was told. So
Who was telling you that?
my mom.
Can you scroll down, please? And so you're responding to her. I couldn't remember the exact road that the park is on. Usually you can just see with my eyes, but it is so dark, so I couldn't tell. But I'm at the school now. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
And you're at Gannon School at this point in time?
Yes.
And Lena's with you? Or do you remember?
I don't remember.
And you say, if we scroll down, please, look, OMG. And she responds, okay, anything. Do you know what's going on when this is being relayed to you?
No.
And then if we scroll down some more, please. You're asking your mom to ask Lena if she remembers any cars. Does that sound about right?
Yes.
Why are you asking her that?
At this point in time, I'm pretty sure we were like knocking door to door. We had got told that he was with his friend Jimmy or something. And Lena couldn't remember which house was Jimmy's house. So I was like, does she remember like any cars or anything that was there?
Did you see, because the next message is old station wagon. Did you see an old station wagon out there? Is that why you're asking your mom about that?
Yes.
So you're asking her to ask Lena if Lena remembers an old station wagon. Does that sound right?
Yes, because she had been to this kid's house before.
Okay, we can go ahead and scroll down. You're asking, or old cars. Is that the same thing? I mean, are you seeing old vehicles out in the neighborhood or something like that?
Yeah.
You ask about colors, and do you remember how your mom responded?
She said, no, don't go there by yourself.
Can we scroll down, please? Keep going, please. And then she says, Connor's mom is on the way and she could go with you. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Is there any reason why, or did your mom tell you any reason why she wasn't going with you to help look for Gannon?
She said that she was going to stay home unless like he came home. So somebody would be there.
Can you scroll down, please? And she's asking again, anything yet? And keep scrolling, please. You say no, and then she says anything. And there's a time gap of a minute or 10 minutes, it looks like, between the anythings. Do you remember that happening as you're out searching? She texts you to see if you're finding anything?
Yes.
And we can scroll down to January 27th at 8:43. A little further down. She tells you that she's still waiting. Do you know what that was about?
Still waiting at the house.
And so was that telling you that Gannon hadn't come home yet?
Yes.
You respond no. Why did you respond no to that? Do you remember?
From her previous message.
So what does she mean by still waiting when you said no? It's kind of confusing to me.
I had said no to her previous anything message.
Oh, okay. Got it. And then you say, look at the recent comment and we can scroll down. Remember saying that?
Yes.
And you ask her, do you need me to get you anything? Do you remember that?
Yes.
And we can scroll down. She says, no, I may need to go to the store. Recall that?
Yes.
Do you know what store she needed to go to?
No.
And then below that at 6:21 a.m., which would be now the next morning, January 28th, there's a text message to you that says, don't answer the door for anyone. That's all.
Yes. So we had made a post in our neighborhood Facebook group, and she said that a bunch of people have her address, so people might show up. So don't answer the door.
While you're out on the night of January 27th, 2020, was there several people in the neighborhood looking for Gannon at that same time?
Not like people how it was like days after.
Did the police eventually come to your house on January 27th, 2020?
Yes.
And do you know why the police came to your house?
To file a police report.
Do you know whether or not your mother had dialed 911 or called the police?
I remember when we were in the car when it first happened, she was like, what do I do? Do I call Albert? And I remember she called Albert, and I don't remember if she called 911 or I don't know.
Okay. Regardless, the police show up. Do you remember about what time they showed up to your house?
I remember they took a long time to get there, but I don't know what time.
Prior to the police getting there, do you remember your mom telling you to look at Gannon's backpack to see if there's...
Yes.
You do that?
Yes.
What did you see in Gannon's backpack during this time?
When you open the backpack, you had a folder in there, and in the folder was a Swisher Sweets,
And what is a Swisher Sweets?
like a cigar roll thing.
What did you think about when you saw a cigar in Gannon's backpack?
Wasn't like him, and I was like, I don't know how a kid got this.
Flash forward to when the police get there. Did your mom tell the police anything about a Swisher Sweet cigar being in his backpack?
I don't know.
You recall when the police were there that your mom bring you in to talk about this Swisher Sweet cigar that's in the backpack?
I don't know.
You know that the...
Hold on, was it in the kid's
camera
backpack or was it in her
Yes.
backpack?
that happened that would be on those?
Yes.
Well, what did you think about the Swisher Sweet being in the backpack and your mother having you go search his backpack?
For one, I didn't understand why it was in his backpack, and it's not like it was trying to be hidden because it was, as soon as you opened it, it was right there. So
So if it was Gannon's Swisher Sweet cigar, you wouldn't expect to find it. It would have been hidden in the backpack. Is that what you're saying?
correct. Yes.
But it was out in the
How
open.
are
As soon
you
as you open the
able to get
backpack, there it
Swisher
is.
Sweet in
Yes.
his
Like in the
backpack?
folder. Yes.
Either the parents did it or she did it.
Mm-hmm. She was planning, Jack. She was planning.
She probably was getting high and didn't want to get caught.
I think she was trying to make it seem like he was, a troubled kid, and he ran away.
Is this the girl or is this the mother?
The stepmother. She put
Oh,
something
okay.
in Gannon's book bag.
Oh yeah.
So it make it look like, oh my God, he's a troubled kid. He's doing drugs and he's doing
He
this.
probably was rolling up that Swisher for Primo.
Mm-hmm. Resume.
You just have a moment, Your Honor.
Me?
Do you remember texting other people, friends in the neighborhood, people that you worked with that may have lived in the neighborhood, about Gannon being missing? Can you look for him or let me know if you see him, that kind of stuff?
Yes.
Were you doing that pretty routinely during this time frame, the night of January 27th, 2020?
Yes.
Did you get any response from any of them?
Yes.
What was their responses?
Like praying for you. I'll keep my eye out. Let me know if you need anything.
None of them saw Gannon, though.
No.
So January 28th at 2020, she's telling you don't answer the door
Hold on,
for
somebody
anyone.
in
Do you remember
comment
when you got
section
that
saying
particular text
they
message?
found Marlboro Reds
What do you mean?
in the
Did you
girl's
read it as soon
backpack.
as you got it?
Say it again, Jack. What you said?
Somebody in the comment section, I think the name is Melody, said, I hear they found Marlboro Reds in Harley's book bag, not diamond rings. Marlboro Reds.
I'm done.
God.
I'm
Hey, you sure it weren't Newport shorts? Cool.
I missed that comment.
Or can we consider this a lucky strike?
Resume.
Or did you read it when you woke up that morning?
Whenever I woke up.
Remember what time you woke up that morning?
No.
We can scroll down, please. She then sends you a text that says, I'm going to see if people are out looking at 6:21 a.m. on January 28th, 2020. Now, if you see below that, it says read January 28th, 2020 at 7:25:22.
Yes.
Is that when you would have read this text message?
Yes.
And if we scroll back up a little bit, it says the same thing for the prior one.
Yes.
Does that help you recall when you got up that day?
Yes.
So what did you think about that when you got this text message? Don't answer the door for anyone. I'm going to see if people are out looking.
I thought that she just woke up early to try to look for Gannon.
Up until this point, at 6:21, January 28th, to the point where your mother says that Gannon went to his house, had you ever gone into the storage room of your house?
No.
You know where the storage room is? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
It's where the furnace is and where boxes are and things like that.
Yes.
Did you ever go in there?
No.
Are you a light sleeper or a heavy sleeper?
Heavy sleeper.
If your mom was in the basement at 6 a.m. on January 28th, would you have heard her down there?
No.
Would you have heard her if there was objects being moved around within the basement?
No.
Did you see her at 7:25 a.m. on January 28th when you woke up?
I don't remember.
Why don't we scroll down and see if that helps us? So at 7:31 a.m., you send her, it looks like a screenshot. Do you remember what that screenshot was?
Yes. There was just people in our neighborhood Facebook group like saying things or posting like their ring footage. So I would try to keep her updated.
And is that if we scroll down some other screenshots we see, is that what you're sending your mom?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna pick this up on biggest faster speed. I think y'all can catch us. If not, slow it down on your end. All right. I'm not gonna show all of this with the prosecution because I want to hear what the defense have to say when they question her. But I'm gonna speed this part up a little bit. So it's gonna be on 1.5. If you need to slow it down your end, feel free to slow it down the end. Who's here and to the replay watchers. Let's resume.
Mom is what people are posting.
Yes.
And then you say, if we can scroll down some more, please. She's sending it C page. Do you remember that?
Yes.
What did you mean by that?
Separate.
Okay. Separate page, as it says down below.
I think I just meant she is sending it separate.
Now, what was your understanding as to what was going on with Albert? Was Gannon's missing? It's been overnight. We're now on January 28th in the morning. Do you know whether or not Albert was making arrangements to come home?
Yes, he was.
Do you know whether or not your mother was going to pick him up at the airport or somewhere else?
She was gonna. I think she was gonna pick him up at the airport. I don't know. Things had like changed so much.
Did she go to pick him up?
Okay, I could do that, but would you happen to know the timestamp? Shoot, I don't know the timestamp, Melanie. Skip forward to when they hit the road. I'm just going to skip a little bit and see if we can get there, because that's what I really want to hear, too. All right, let me see if I can skip a little bit.
down, did she ask you to pull your car in the garage?
Yes.
What was that about? Do you know why she's asking you to pull your car in the garage?
No. In the next message, she just said there was like a lot of people coming. So
Did you take that to think that she didn't want anybody to see your car out in the driveway, perhaps?
that or like so there was space in the driveway.
Your mom kind of disappeared. You didn't know where she was at, that type of thing?
Yes.
Tell the jury about that. What was going on and what vehicle was she driving? Remember?
I remember Albert was home and he kept calling her. And that's when the news reporter came in and filmed a video in her house. And something about they were asking her for like a hairbrush or toothbrush. That's why she couldn't answer or something. I don't know.
If we can scroll down, I know we're going to be jumping a lot, but down to 4:26 p.m. on January 28th. Are you there, Ms. Hunt, in the notebook, or we can look at the screen if you're not?
Yes.
So at 4:26 p.m. on the 28th, you're texting her, where did you go? You remember that?
Yes.
How did she respond? If we can scroll down. You see that where it says, I will text you in 10 minutes?
Yes.
Do you know where she was at when she's texting you at this time?
No.
Do you know if she's in the rental car or what vehicle she's in as she's gone during this time frame?
I do not know.
And then you respond with looks like a question mark. Or you said, I'm sorry.
Yes.
What did you mean by that?
Because I was confused when she said, I'll text you in 10 minutes.
And then we scroll down, you ask, where's Lena?
Yes.
Did you know where Lena was at?
Yes. I said, never mind, she's here.
Okay. And she responds, and we keep scrolling, she was on her bed at 4:29 p.m.
Yes.
And if we scroll down more, she says, don't open for anyone.
Yes.
What's going on here? Why is she telling you not to open the door for anyone? Do you know?
I do not know. I just feel like there was like a bunch of like stories or like reasons why. It's never like clear why I couldn't open the door.
At this point in time, on January 28th at 4:30 p.m., had you heard of different versions of events of what happened to Gannon at this point?
Yes.
What version of events did you hear? Let me ask you, did you hear this from your mother?
Yes.
What did she tell you happened to Gannon at this time?
I had heard first that he was at a friend's house and then he was missing and then that he must have been with his friend's older brother. And then that's when she kept saying to me, like, after all that, she was just like, they're trying to frame me.
I'm gonna
people
skip
were
this
using it to me.
more.
Who is she referring to? Did she tell you when they say they are trying to frame me?
People in the groups. Remember her mentioning like the detectives were being weird, asking weird questions of her.
At this point in time, did you ever say, Mom, they just want to find Gannon. We're trying to find Gannon.
Right.
Did you ever say that to her?
Yes.
How did she respond to that?
I don't remember.
Did you have problems with confronting your mom on some of this information?
Yes.
You know, I do want to skip. I want to get to the trip because I want to hear the defense. All right, let's see if I can fast forward and get to on the road. Let's see where we can get to on the road.
At 5:27, your mom's asking you, who's there with you? Do you remember that?
Yes.
And at this time, it's just you and Lena in the house. Is that how you respond?
Yes.
And if we scroll down,
still doing.
Keep going, please. There we go. Back up. I'm sorry.
After this,
she says, "Who was at the ring?" And then she says, "Earlier." Do you know what that message
lunch.
No, and I said nobody was at the rink.
Let's pass this.
Did your mom?
Thank you. You may all be seated. Court will recall 20 CR 1358. People versus Letecia Stauch. Record should reflect the jury has returned to the courtroom. When we took our break, we were in the midst of the examination of Ms. Hunt. That's where we will resume. Mr. Young.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Ms. Hunt.
Good afternoon.
Kind of want to jump forward a little bit on January 28th, 2020. But before I do that, I think we left off somewhere around 6 p.m. in the afternoon. Up until that point, had you known where your mother was at?
No.
And I'm going to fast forward to now 7:21 p.m. Where you're texting your mother, someone is here. Do you remember that?
Yes.
What was going on at the house and why did you say someone is here?
There were detectives at our front door.
And did you see them out front?
Okay, I can go a little bit further because this is not that part. Let's try this.
And did you go by yourself?
Yes.
Did you take the Jetta?
Yes.
While you're driving to go wherever you're going, did you attempt to call her a few times?
Yes.
And did she answer?
No.
Where was this hotel you were going to, and how close was it to where you work?
It was right next to where I worked at.
So close to the Massage Envy?
Yes.
Off of Powers?
Yes.
Did she say why you're staying in a hotel room that night?
She said that she didn't want to be in the house with Albert and Landon and his family.
Why did she need you to leave the house? Did she tell you?
She didn't want me there with them.
Okay. And so did you pack a bag?
Okay, Melanie, help me out, girl. Help me out. Is this the part, or Nell, Gigi, anybody can help me out? Is this getting into the part when she's traveling around with Gannon in the car? Or were they still at the home? I'm gonna play it. Let me know. Like, what part are we getting to?
I assume so.
Okay. So tell us about it. Why were you trying to call your mom on the way to go to this hotel?
Because I wanted to make sure that she was there, because we hadn't spoken really after that. And then I remember I got there and I was waiting for a while because I didn't know where she was.
When you say there, where are you talking about?
The hotel.
Do you remember what hotel it was?
It's probably like a Marriott or Hilton or HG or something.
Several hotels in that area?
Yeah.
Did you eventually see your mom at this hotel?
Yes.
Do you remember about how long it took her to get there and what time it was, that kind of thing?
It was quite a while. I remember waiting for a long time.
Was it in the morning hours in the 29th, or was it still the 28th?
I don't know. It was late though.
It seemed like you were sitting in your car a long time in a parking lot.
Okay, Melanie. Thank you. All right, what you got for us here? Because I'm all over the place. Okay.
Okay. She still has her Jetta. So they haven't hit the road trip yet. That night where she was told not to answer the door, that's the night Al sent the police to get his younger daughter out of the house.
Oh, okay. I remember that. Okay.
So now her and Mama go to the hotel. And we still have the day they came and grabbed their stuff out of the house. And then the next day, trade the items from one moving van to the new moving van, and then they leave town. So you still have a ways to go.
Okay, so where I'm located now, she's talking about. All right, let me play it, and then let me know if I go
This
further.
is where she's waiting for her mom at the hotel the night they left the house.
All right, they already left the house. Okay. Did they? When does the siblings come? Don't you remember the brother came and he picked up the bag and everything?
The next day. Oh, and Harley will get her Jetta taken this next morning, right? She's waiting right now. It's evening. She's waiting at the hotel for her mom. The next day they go to Marshall's to get clothes because apparently they didn't take clothes out of the house. And that's where Harley loses her Jetta and her phone.
Because the cops came in or something?
The cops came, yeah.
Right, okay. I remember that.
And Letecia runs from them and throws the keys across the parking lot. She is like a winner chicken dinner.
Yeah, she is. But where she thought she was going? She's a nutcase.
She's just dumb as rocks. But the other thing is, remember when Harley says she came home? She comes home, but then her mom sends her the text with the cleaning supplies.
Right.
What the defense brings up is, did you go to the basement? And Harley says, no, I didn't. And he says, but you changed your shirt. Where did you change your shirt out? I don't remember.
Change. Okay, I'm lost. What are you leading to? She came home. Did the mother say, hey, no, go get some cleaning supplies?
Right. And she was home like half an hour or so. And then, and left. When she left, the ring footage has her in a different shirt. And so the defense asks her, did you go to the basement? And she said, no, I didn't. And he said, but you left in a different shirt. Where did you change at? And she's like, I can't remember.
Whoa. That's interesting. I didn't catch that.
But her room's in the basement. Her room's in the basement.
So that's why it's that. So what? That's where you would go and change.
So
And this
wouldn't
is, go
yeah,
on.
that's where you would go and change, right? There's no laundry. The only laundry that's right there at the washing machine in the body cam is there's no laundry out there. There might be laundry in the machines, but well, we now know there are sheets because she washed the sheets. But yeah, I mean, that one kind of stood out at me. That's why I have questions about Harley. Well, I'm just not buying into it. She knew something at some point. I don't think she helped her mom, but she knew
Right.
something a lot sooner than she's letting on.
I should do this one in a 2-part.
You should do
Oh,
this one in a 2-part. So what she's talking about now is it's evening on the 28th, and they go to the hotel, and then the next day is the shopping to get clothes because nobody took clothes. Harley loses her Jetta and her phone, which is, by the way, still an impound 3 years later. And then Leticia's aunt comes in. They go and get her stuff out of the house, stay a night at the hotel, and then trade vans, and then they hit the road. Oh, and her mom sends in her resignation email for her.
and you know what? I'm going to pause because we did like do over 2 hours. I'm going to
Yeah.
stop right now and I'm going to continue on this one again. What we got up to 5 hours so far in here, and
Yeah.
then I'll go back and yeah, because I need to see this one. But thank you for I said closing out this part, so that helped. So I'm at 5 hours and 3 minutes, and then I'll do a part two on this one to hear more about this. That's interesting.
The
So the
road trip,
weekend,
everything she says about the road trip is really interesting. I mean, that the I don't knows and I didn't ask, and I mean, she wore the same clothes for the entire road trip and never asked to get into the back of the van to get clean clothes.
oh yeah, I'll do a part two on this one.
I mean, what 17-year-old on the planet would allow that to happen?
Oh
So,
my gosh, yes, you know that, right?
right? But
17, no.
yeah, so anyways, that's where you're at.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna end here. And I'm gonna to tomorrow evening I'll continue this in the evening and we'll do the part two and finish this off. And I'll finish from this point and go from there. Yeah. And I'll focus on the other part more time. Let's finish off this Letecia Satan daughter's daughter. Yeah, because this is interesting. And they said the camera's like, and the defense was like, well, why did you change your clothes? And if her room is downstairs, see, this is the point I be trying to say, Melanie. These people don't realize you cannot get away with stuff. These
Cannot.
people are trained. They ask questions. The FBI, they know this. This is not their first rodeo. They know these stuff. You know, you got cameras all over the place. Your text messages. When you go to McDonald's, you put in your app. They know. Oh, you was here at 5:34, and you got some large French fries. Everything.
Hey,
Everything.
I just got new car insurance, and I'm gonna put the what is that thing called? The
What?
Snap, the thing you plug into your car so it monitors your driving. And I was thinking, ooh, that's not a good idea for anybody that's going to do a criminal activity because that thing has everything on it. But since I'm not going to do a criminal activity, I said, well,
Yeah,
yeah, I'll take
we
the
know.
discount.
We know. But it's
Send
just
that
like
baby on over.
somebody could just come up to your driveway and slips up on your car and know everywhere you go.
Well, this is what happens is that first rental car, they got that warrant on the first rental car. Not the first, the second rental car. And they were able to put a GPS tracking device on it, and they did it in the hotel parking lot.
See, I remember that part. They discussed that in this? No. I
Yeah.
forgot which one was, but I remember they did discuss that one. Yeah, you don't have no privacy. Everybody knows what you're doing. You
Everybody
cannot
knows what you're doing. You're going to go down for it. So but I mean, it also shows how soon Al was, and they were going after Letecia. You know,
So
it was
let
the
me ask
next
you
day.
this: when did Letecia and Al separate? Maybe because I'm probably fast forward too much. I'm missing so much stuff. Okay, she do blank blank to Gannon. She
Mhm.
calls him up. He's missing. He comes flying down. She changes cars or whatever, all that crap that she did, right? Claiming the
Right,
mileage, right?
right.
Now, when was the point that he was like, hold up, I think she got something to do with it, and that's when he was separated from her. That she decided to go her way, he went his way. I'm
Well,
making
the
sense.
next it to me it looks like the next day because that's when he sent the police to his house to get Lena, who was home alone with Harley. But he's being groomed by the FBI to keep Satan's daughter on the hook so they can try and find the boy.
Oh, so
But
it was quick
she
afterwards that he separated from her. You get what I'm saying? That he was suspicious about her. It
very,
wasn't.
very quick the next day. But she left town 4 days after the murder. And
Uh,
he actually had divorce papers drawn up before she was arrested. And then as soon as she was arrested in Myrtle Beach, he filed his divorce papers and she got served with them when they got her back into El Paso. But
so when he
yeah,
came home and she picked him up, he was like, this doesn't add up.
well, she told
So
him she told him that she got a rental car so that
right.
she wouldn't put all the miles on her lease and that she left her car at the elementary school. And then something didn't sit right with him. And he was going out to search again with other people and he went by the school and he couldn't find her car.
That's right. He
And
couldn't
so
find
he
the car.
called them. He called the police and said,
That's
there's
right.
something wrong.
Something wrong. Okay, so it was basically quick. And then she was there alone, and that's when she's panicking in the house. Don't answer the door, nobody. Don't answer the door, nobody. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh no,
And
she wasn't there. She wasn't there. She was telling her daughter was there and she's telling her daughter not to answer
right.
the door.
That's what I mean, Scoop. That's what I meant. She was telling her daughter,
Yeah.
don't answer the door, don't answer the door. And the daughter's like, oh, what's going on? Whatever. But he sent the police over there to get his daughter
Yeah.
out of that house. And that's what
Yeah.
she was saying, that she was upset about you sending cops over with minor kids or whatever that crap
Yeah.
that she was coming up with. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm getting it now. I'm getting it more now.
Yeah. With the child who's a soldier.
Mm, mm, mm.
But the whole thing is crazy. This week's going to be crazy, crazy. There's the defense or the state said that their psychiatric expert's going to be on the stand Wednesday morning.
Okay,
And
so psychiatrist gonna be Wednesday. Good. That's I want to catch that one. All
I
right.
think I think I emailed you that. They also said
Good.
they have 3 witnesses coming in from the East Coast, so I think that's the Rhode Island guys. And they have somebody coming from Hawaii, which I think might be the real Eduardo. They also have on the witness list this Leigh Egan, who is the reporter that works Nancy Grace Online. That person has been subpoenaed. Ooh. And it's kind of connected to the Eduardo story. So I think it's going to get crazy this week.
What's supposed to be happening tomorrow? That's
They
gonna
don't
be.
tell us anything.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We
Tomorrow
didn't even
morning at
know.
9, I'll find out.
You was want to let me know about that. Carly was gonna be on it because I didn't even know until they just popped up. Cause we was just waiting for that one. They didn't. They don't let us know.
They don't
Okay.
tell you in advance.
All
So,
right.
but they did say it on Friday about the states. The state has 2 doctors from the state mental hospital, and then there's 3 or 4 more psych doctors. Oh, this is another thing on the witness list. I don't know
Uh-oh.
how it's going to come into play,
Okay.
but there's a dentist on the Dr. Look is a dentist. And I don't know why we're calling a dentist to the trial.
Yeah.
There was no problem identifying Gannon. So
Yeah, that's weird.
I
Usually they'll do a
don't know that I
dentist
want to
review.
know.
Oh, that's weird. Hmm.
I,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, tomorrow I'll do this part two and finish this one off on 1.5 speed. We'll go from there, and I could listen to it more. But I know Friday was just off. This is so much. I can't even catch up. This is so much. But I definitely want to get into that Friday because you got to learn a lot about this monster right here.
Holy
And
cow.
it really showed Friday that she was tired of taking care of the kids. And
She
I
wa-
think it was more of a problem because he had special needs.
that all of her Google searches that were disclosed on Friday that we'd never heard about before. Oh my God.
Wait a
It
minute.
was
I saw a list of searches. There's another set of searches. You're talking about the one that I did see a list. I
Yeah,
saw some sort of list.
they didn't
Okay.
put everything in their probable cause. That probable cause affidavit was only to get them 51% benefit that she had done it. I mean, it's not everything. And so these Google searches she had been doing all the way back to like the 15th.
Yes, Captain. That's her name's Letecia Stauch. Stauch. Am I saying right? Stauch?
Stalk,
Stauch.
like a
Letitia
K, stalk.
Stauch. Leticia Stauch.
But her
Okay. Now what you
Google
saying again?
searches,
Mm-hmm.
stalk.
Stauch. Okay.
Her
Now what?
Google searches are about not liking her stepson and how to get rid of him and m-
Oh,
military
that's
man
another
without
set of searches.
kids.
Because the list of searches I seen was just like how to get another husband. I'm tired of taking care of kids, but I didn't see that one. So that was a
What
Friday.
happens if you swallow poison?
Oh
I'm
my
telling you, this is going to go someplace really ugly.
dang, she
I don't
really.
know how much I might be having to lean on your recaps because I don't know how much more of it my pretty little brain can take. But
It's so much. It really is. And I
it's
think the reason why
crazy.
we're getting so overwhelmed with it because we're shocked. It's like this can't be, but it is because
I mean,
we're normal people. We can't fathom doing something like this, hurting a child, and in such a horrific way. Like, are you kidding
Google
me?
searching on how to kill somebody is a total idiot. You know your email address is tied to that search engine.
oh,
Bingo!
ding, ding,
Some
ding,
people know.
ding. Well, Friday, I mean, she comes up with 12 more versions of the story on Friday. And it's like, s- it's actually at that point that I'm saying, yeah. She's not all wired. There's something wrong in her brain. But is she criminally insane? I do not think so.
Yeah, she did too much planning. I just think that, like I said, she's just serving the devil. She's just serving the devil. I mean, if you have some place to put all these devil helpers, lock them up, that's where she should go. But
Just
other words, she knew what she was doing. She planned everything out. It's just this daughter I just kind of question. Not saying she helps, so nobody think I'm saying that or whatever. But I think she kind of knew something a little bit before because these monsters, they always seem to, like I said, they throw themselves under the bus. They talk so much, and they end up spilling the beans. And she was frantic. Everything was happy. It didn't go her way. She thought she was gonna kill him, clean up the place. Her husband's gonna believe it's missing. Everybody's gonna be looking. Then her husband's gonna lean to her and be like, "Oh, babe, what do I do? I lost my son, and I'll comfort you, baby." Because when you listen to the tape, she kept saying, "What did she say Friday? Didn't she say she wants some sex before she talks? Didn't she say some crap like that?"
yes. No, he had to come back to her
Right
before
here.
she's going to give him anything else.
Yeah, and she wants some sex too. It was something I said, this
It
chick
was
is
it's
insane.
crazy. This another one of her Google searches is that husband wants baby, I want abortion. I mean, it's like,
See,
okay.
see, this is what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. If it first of all, you shouldn't have been cheating on your wife. Let's go there, okay? It's
Yeah.
number 7 on the 10 Commandments, okay? You're married, but okay. Now what I'm saying is, she only known her for 4 months, and then you married this woman, and you bringing around your kids. See, we have to protect the children. All right, it's okay. You get out of a relationship, you want to date again. Don't have a problem. Go out and have fun, because that person that you was with, they going out there having fun. but you have to protect the children. You don't bring them around your kids. Meeting somebody, letting them move into your house around the kids. Not everybody, it has good intentions. And sometimes people will get in a relationship with you because they're looking at your kids. Now, God could be getting with a woman and he's looking at the daughter and say she's starting to develop. So he just wants to go. There was a story, I never did cover it. The guy, husband and wife, that was his stepdaughter. She went away, the mother somewhere watching kids, and she FaceTimed her mother saying, "I'm scared. He's acting crazy." So she called the sister. The other sister went over to the house. This man blanked her, killed her, and then stood out in front of the building, stood out in front of the house with his pants down, like nothing. You know what I mean? She was terrified in there. She was like, "There was something wrong," and I'm like, he had to been showing the signs before. But sometimes these women just sweep it up under the rug or blame the girl, whatever it is.
That's
The daughter.
right.
There's signs. That's what I'm saying. There had to be signs. She couldn't just got up one day and just before she killed him and started acting different. This boy had to been crying and saying, she's a little mean to me. Daddy. Oh well, I work hard. No, she's just under a lot of pressure or whatever. But just listen to her. And he's like, okay. I think he has special needs or whatever. Oh, it's just so sad. Because as crazy as she is, you would have figured this out eventually if you'd have dated her a little bit longer. You'd have realized there's something wrong with her, and I don't want to be with her, and I'm definitely ain't going to have her around my kids. I'm just saying. So this poor angel. Poor angel. Let me see. What's the other comments in here? What's the other comments? Oh, okay. Yeah, and yeah, toxic. But so many people, they just, so desperate to have a relationship, to have somebody, or maybe he just got with her because somebody could watch his kids and he was trying to keep away from his ex-wife out of spite. We don't know, but there's something going on over there. Yes, they get into relationships in 1 week, 3 weeks, and get married. I never heard of that. How do you date somebody that just a few weeks and all of a sudden you get married?
Oh, right.
I don't understand that. That's only in the Disney books. When we was a little girl, the Disney books, soap operas. Real world, no, it doesn't work that way. Sorry. Oh, this poor angel. This poor angel. See how us kids, we suffer. We suffer over parents' decisions. And this poor angel's not here no more. And in a horrific way that she did him. Horrific. Are you kidding me? There had to be signs a long time ago. Kids talk, but then he probably tried to talk. He got shot down so many times. He just, okay. He had to been screaming out. Did he call his mother and say something? Maybe this woman's blocking him. I think was it Friday? Wasn't she kind of saying certain things like, putting down the mother? So she probably trying to turn him against his own mother. It's just see?
Well, there was something on Friday about Letecia made him call his mom and tell his mom what he had done, something he had done, but I can't remember, so don't quote me.
Okay. I think I do remember that part, but I don't remember it either. I think I do remember. I think I missed like the last 40 minutes. I was like, I was trying to listen. That was Friday, was just off the hook. But like you said, I think this week is going to be another eye opening. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I did send you an email with a whole stream of, I just fragmented sentences off my notes from Friday. I mean,
Okay.
it's ugly.
Okay, I'm gonna look at that one and get off of here. I'm gonna look at that one. All right, so I'll finish the rest of this one tomorrow evening, around like about 7 o'clock, and put on high speed 1.5, and we go from here and listen to the rest of this because this is interesting. And then at work, I'll be listening what's happening in the daytime. I might be this week. I might be able to stream in the day if I'm working from home. I think I might be working from home Wednesday or something like that. I know Thursdays they off, or Wednesday, so I might do it Wednesday or Friday. We'll see what happens, and I'll stream it from the day. But wow.
Well, I'm going to tell you thank you again for hosting all of us and letting us question Harley, because all the other channels, nobody's Nobody's letting us question Harley anymore. If you say, but I have questions, you get told you're
Mm-hmm. I know.
blaming, you're victim blaming and you're victim shaming. And if you say, but wait a minute, didn't she say, like, I a group that I've been in since he's had 5 followers, by the way, he put me in timeout because I said, but I have questions. She just
Ooh.
said, and so on most of the channels, it's everybody all of a sudden thinks Harley is some walking on water goddess and they don't care.
You know what? I kind of noticed that too with certain channels. But I don't say nothing, or somebody left me a message and went out and told me I'm victim shaming and blah blah blah, and I don't have rights. What I'm talking about with Al, and oh my gosh, I'm like, well, did you watch the whole thing? Did you really hear what I was saying? I never said that he wanted his child to die and for her to kill. They
Not
was
once.
setting it up. I'm just saying you have to date a little smarter. Date smart, not thirsty. That's all I said. Oh,
Yeah,
went into a whole thing, and I'm just like, I don't want to argue with people. You have your,
that's right.
voice your opinion, but keep me just slightly, respectful. Told me I need to get my head checked. That's what he told me.
Yeah, well, I tell them they need to find the door. I'm sorry. Facts are pesky little things. You may not enjoy them, but facts are facts. And the
Yeah,
facts
facts.
are Al brought this woman into his home. Al left his wife for this woman.
Yes,
Al was already had another girlfriend before this happened to his son. These are facts.
and that's the interesting part. The other girlfriend,
The
and so
truth
he
can
went
never be considered disrespect.
It's
exactly.
it's the truth. Not once did Al ask to have his child murdered, and not once did he deserve to have his child murdered. But there are
Right.
facts here.
We're just
And
talking about
the
the
facts are
action.
he's a crap of a husband. I mean, I'd never trust him.
Hmm.
I don't trust many people. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I used to be too trustworthy with people. But I learned my lesson too bad the hard way. So now I'm like, I start seeing signs. And one thing, what's the saying everybody says? When a person show you who they are, you better
Believe him.
believe it.
Yep.
And that was my problem. I wasn't believing because you want to think the good in people. Well, maybe they change or whatever. And another thing I've learned too, if you have several people telling you to watch out for a person, listen to them when they all saying the same thing.
Yeah.
That's a big sign. So people's talk to you, but you don't want to listen. You find out later, well, we warned you. He comes and be like, oh wow, I didn't know, whatever, you know. But
And
and then when you get
and
older, you learn. Oh, go
I
on. I'm
think
sorry.
we can all totally see and agree that when you're, like Al,
Mm-hmm.
he's not thinking, he's thinking life is miserable with her, but it doesn't come into his head that she would actually kill his son. And the same thing with Harley. She knows her mom's kind of out there, but
Mm-hmm.
did she ever really think her mom would kill Gannon?
Right.
You
Right.
know, I think we can agree that. But these are the things. This is a learning channel. You're always trying to
Yeah.
teach us. And these are things that we need to learn to be cognizant of because you don't want to bring this into your home.
You don't. And what did Crystal say? We have to protect our children. That's it. That's
That
number one.
that's number one.
That's number one.
Yeah,
There's no question asked. That's it. You brought this child in the world. You have to protect them. That is your job.
right.
And it's these God gave the children. They're not even really our children. These are God's children. He gave them to us to trust us, and He wants to know what are we doing with His children. How are we protecting them? What are we supposed to do? But people over here they dating and it's bringing anybody, and it's leaving their kids at anybody's house. They don't check on their kids. They don't check to see if they doing their homework, going to parent teacher conference. And I'm just like, they just. I don't get it. I don't get it.
That's right.
I don't get it. And I'm not knocking about dating. Yes, when you get out of a relationship, go back out there and date. You know, and some people they oh, I have children, I can't date again or whatever. No, you can date again. There's nothing wrong with that. Just be careful who you date and bring it around your children. That's all. That's just it. That's all you have to do. Why they gotta come over to the house? Meet them somewhere. You
That's
know,
right.
if you want
That's
to be Miss Hottie
true.
Monty and have sex with the football field, well, go ahead. I'm not promoting. I'm just saying. But don't bring them over to your house every day. Every day that your daughter, your son wake up in the morning, go to the refrigerator, get some juice, there's some new dude coming out the bathroom. Are you serious? I mean, this stuff happens, Melanie, all the time.
I have 4 sisters. I know what I didn't do because I couldn't trust and I was scared, but I do have 4 sisters that are all a lot older than me.
Oh,
And
okay. Mm-hmm.
I've seen a few things. All right. I've seen a few things.
I've seen a few things. Mhm.
I have friends. I know what they do. And I'm like, how do
See,
you
like Melvin up in Baby Boy, some big muscle bound man in there
Oh,
cooking food,
you wake up in
and
the
came
morning.
out your
Who is
mom's
this?
bedroom. You a
Yeah,
grown
right?
man.
who is
Right.
this? And the kids are waking up like, who is this? You know,
Yes.
and then you got to be careful. Situations, you got some man up in the house, or be vice versa. What I'm just giving examples, ladies and gentlemen. You laying with your man, this strange dude. You knocked out sleep, and he thinking he going to the bathroom, but he creeping into your children's room. If you know what I'm talking about. You
Yes.
get what I'm saying? But people not
Yes.
thinking this stuff. They not thinking. You have to be careful. You don't know. And then your child's all messed up in the head, don't realize because that darn dude that you had up in the house. I just don't get it. I don't get it with these people. Protect the children. There's nothing wrong with dating. Nothing wrong. Go out there and have fun. Meet somebody, but just learn. Be careful. Be aware. But some just so silly, simple minded, or some of them just don't care, Melanie, because it's about them being happy and them living their lives. My child's not gonna stop me from living my life. I'm gonna enjoy myself. That's how some feel, Melanie. Mm-hmm.
I think if you look at Letecia, I think what she was looking for was
Mm-hmm.
brawn, easy on the eyes. I don't find out all that easy on the eyes, but we all have a type. But I think
Yes, we
she's
all
looking
have
for a
it right.
lifestyle change. She's looking for a lifestyle upgrade, if you catch what I mean. And she doesn't care
Oh.
whose husband she's got to steal to get it.
I just think she's one of those, like I said before, those high school girls always want somebody else's man. She can't get on.
Right. To
Just
make
that
herself
type.
feel better.
Yeah. Some people, it's
Yeah.
just a conquering thing. And there's women out here, they just love to date married men and just break up the home.
Yeah. Because it boosts their ego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ego thing. And even vice versa with men. They want the woman that's already taken just to break up the home. Ooh, that's his woman? I'm going to get his woman. Watch this. And it's
Yeah.
sad. It's
Yeah.
sick and it's twisted. Get your own. No, they don't want nobody. They don't want their own. They want you. I want what you got. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It really is crazy.
Yeah.
And I
Well, I
think
don't
she's one
want
of
what
those,
she's got. That's for darn sure.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Because she's got, I don't know,
It's just so sad.
nothing but innies to choose from. So.
And I've done like a lot of, stories and stuff, the same thing. These, kids dying and, one woman, she dating some guy, I think I said before, the Ashley Harden story that if anybody want to know, can go back and look at it in my videos. And she dated this guy. I mean, allegedly, this is what they said. After he killed her, he made a video. Right after he killed her, he went live on Facebook or Instagram, one of them. And he basically said, look, when I met her, I told her I was controlling. I'm violent. I have a temper. And, and he got out of jail. He was in prison. You still want to rock with me? She's still rocking with him. So what happens? He goes crazy, blah, 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 speed up the story. They had broke up. She moves him in her home with her kids, mind you, right? So one night, the son, I guess, woke her up or whatever it was. And he said, Mommy, I smell gasoline. And he's like, she's going outside. He had like 3 jugs of gasoline outside. She told her son to go back inside. She went with him. Kids never seen their mama again. And he killed her. But he was going to set
Ugh.
that whole house on fire with her and the kids in it. So that lets me
Yeah.
know when he was sleeping up in that house, laying up in the bed with her, he probably was looking at those kids when they playing the little, PlayStations. Hey, what are they just playing? He probably just sitting there in the back of his mind, saying, I can't stand you. Get out my face. You don't know what a person is thinking. He's gonna set that whole
Right.
house on fire with the kids. And he said in the video, well, you know what? I warned her. I told her. And that's why I said, when a person show you who they are, you better believe it. But we don't know. Maybe he didn't. But I kind of think he was telling the truth. What he had to lose to tell the truth? He already killed her.
Right.
But it was so sad. Beautiful woman. Beautiful, beautiful children. And it was so sad. But, we just have to make better decisions. So thank God the kids is okay. So that's the point I'm trying to say. The decisions that we make in dating. But maybe he was wearing a mask, I don't know, or whatever, but this is what he said he had told her. And there are some dudes out here, they will tell you in the beginning. And the problem with us women, Melanie, we do get this sometimes. I'm going to change him. He don't mean it. If I do this, I'm going to change him. Yeah, we get like that. It's our nature, our personality. And then those slime ball type of guys, they know it and they'll play on it, but they never change. We end up being the one changing.
Oh, Donna, that's so funny because my oldest sister, she's of the theory. Now remember, she's 15 years older than me. And she's of the theory that if you don't have a man, you're nothing.
Okay.
And so there's been a lot of men. And
Wow.
so the last guy was just disgusting. And it was always, I'm going to change him. I'm going to help him grow. Well, he just left her. And I said, so did you change him? Did he grow, or did he just grow his checkbook via your checkbook? I mean,
so basically she was trying to uplift the bum.
Pretty much. But it's a man, so she wouldn't have to be alone. It's a man that makes her feel pretty. And
that's not a man, that's a bum.
This guy's, yeah, well, none of us, she lost most of her family. I mean, he wasn't allowed in my house. I wouldn't allow him around my kids. Like, he had his hand up her skirt one Easter, and I said, then your father is sitting at the table, lady, and you're allowing this? And then I just said, just don't bring him here because I don't want him around my kids.
Oh my God, he was a sleazeball, Dusty.
Her grown son, her grown 40-something-year-old Navy son met him one time in 10 years.
Wow.
He said, don't bring him here. But, it was a man.
And there's a lot of women like that. And these type of dusty men, they can smell it and they can tell it on you. They can figure out if you like one of those desperate, needy type women.
Yeah.
And they come right up in there, do the little Prince Charming and stuff. That's we gotta watch out when they move it too quick, too smooth in the beginning. That's why, like anybody who's watching here or replays, I do a lot of animation. I haven't done in a while. I'm gonna get back to my animations. And the animations I do put a little comedy to it, but I'm doing that to show as a teaching tool in dating and relationships. And the stuff I'm putting out there is the truth. This is the stuff that do happen. But some women's out here desperate, and you got some guys out here, oh my gosh, her breast is perky and up there, and her butt up there, she got the Coke bottle body, and he like, oh my God, and she doing all this stuff in the bed, she blah, 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 blah. And he don't know what to do. He ain't trying to lose that, and she knows that. So she
cracked me
on
up.
it.
You cracked me up.
Next thing you know, he in debt. She maxing out his credit cards.
Yep.
She put him through the ringer. Next thing you know, find out she might be sleeping with his boss.
Yep.
One time I was coaching.
I have a sister.
I was coaching this guy, and this woman was a narcissistic woman, and said, you know what? He told me, I said, what? He said, this B, she had the nerves to go and sleep with my boss. She just did that out of spite. Hmm. His boss that he couldn't stand. Now, you had to pillow talk with your man and, your woman, and he was like, he couldn't stand the boss. So she decided, okay. So she went and slept with the boss, and the boss fell for the Jezebel spirit too.
Oh,
See, that's what I'm
geez.
talking about. It
Exactly.
happened. But he admitted, he was telling me, he said, Don, I got caught up. Her body was banging, she was doing all kind of stuff in the bed. I just kind of lost it. And I just fell for her, and she snaked me, and she took me for all my money and stuff like that. But he has a lot of money. It didn't really hurt him financially, but realized at the end she was using him for money, and he was the type of dude that, he takes care of his, woman that he's with. But he got caught up. The Jezebel.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just a mess. You got to be careful. Get to know a person. Ask questions. Ask questions. If they ask funny about you asking a question, well, that could be a red flag. I mean, you don't have to drill the person when you just meet them. I'm not saying all that kind of stuff. But just, bring in the questions, gradually. The time and the moment to ask the questions. Don't wait until later. Find out. And look at their eyes. Look at their behavior. Oh, well. It's just so sad. And like I said, I just worry about with the children. As we adults, y'all do what the hell you want to do. Excuse my language. You want to act like fools, run around here. Men, you want to have sex with the whole cheerleading squad. And women, you want to have sex with the whole football squad. Go ahead. But just don't bring that crap around the kids. And just be careful. Because they're going to end up being the ones who's going to suffer, not you.
That's right.
This could be embarrassing to your kids, especially if you're living in a small town and everybody's going to be whispering and talking. Ooh, that's Jenny. Hey, that's a mama. Oh, yeah, we heard she a hoe. Yeah. But some parents, they just don't care. Yeah, I can go deep in this. Boy, we can talk about this for like 14 hours because I love talking about this. It's insane. Especially when you start reaching a certain age. I'm like, when do you plan to grow up? I give the teens in the early 20s, I give them, leeway. You still learning. You getting your feet wet. You don't really know. But when you start like 35 and up and you still doing this stuff back in high school? Really? 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 Hmm. So, all right. We've been here for a minute. We're gonna end it, but thank you so much, Melanie, for filling us in. And I'll do the rest of this tomorrow. And
Looking forward.
oh, thank you, Melanie, and thank you, and everybody here. They appreciate when you come up here and give us the tidbits of stuff that we missing and give us clarity. That's the main thing, clarity.
Well,
And
I have to,
watching this,
I
and
have
I'm
to
gonna.
watch it 3 times to catch it all. I swear to God, there's so much. I literally have to watch it over and over.
It is so much. Oh my God, this is one woman. She breaks it down. I forgot the name of her channel. Oh, she has dark hair, petite, very pretty looking. How did I discover her? I discovered her a while ago when she did commentary on the West Boys, Orrin and Orson West, the missing
Oh,
boys.
the gal out of Canada.
Huh?
The gal in Canada.
Is that the channel? I think. I can't remember the name of the channel. I can't remember.
Crime something, and she's up in.
That might. I think her channel is something with a crime in it word. And
Yeah, she's good.
yeah. Oh, damn, she's good. She caught me up a lot on this case, but I had discovered her when the West Boys was missing, Orrin
Yeah.
Orson, and I watched and I discovered that's how I found the channel, and then she got into this one, and which the Orrin Orson West I watched just two other tubers channels to find out the update on them, but that's not public and it's only audio, and if you don't catch at that time, you lose it and you can't stream it or nothing.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
whole nother story. That's so sad. Where are the boys? Blessings to them, blue hearts to them too. This what's so sad about those boys wasn't even wanted from the day they was born, and that's what bothers me about them. I've done commentary on it, but nothing with the trial that's going on because I don't really can't do the commentary because I don't know. So I just watch other tubers and get the ideas. And I said thanks for social media. Have to say is with YouTube and Instagram and everything. I mean, it's a lot of negativity on it, but it has positive things because it brings awareness to certain things. And a lot of these like killers and crazy people probably get away. But when we put the awareness out there, so now people start to pay more attention. If you get what I'm saying, like especially like missing people, it gives more awareness. I don't know if I'm making sense, but something like that.
Perfect sense.
Thank
Okay,
you.
I'm gonna jump
Right.
and let you say your goodbyes.
All right. Thank you,
Okay,
girl. So we continue
thank you.
tomorrow evening, ladies and gentlemen. But thank you. Thank
7 Eastern, right?
7 Eastern time out. Wait a
Okay.
minute. It'd be between 7 and 7:30 Eastern time. I gotta figure out time I go for work. But between 7 or 7:30 Eastern time, and I'll do it from there.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Thank you,
All
girl.
right.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye, Jack.
Jack, where is? Oh, he probably stepped away. I'll tell him. All right. So everybody, thank you for being here. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for hitting the like button. And you know what? Let me just read the poll real quick, the ending of it. All right, we got 26 votes. So it went up. I forgot what was the last amount before. Whatever. I forgot the last amount. But now we have 26 votes. And the question is, do you think on the trip she found out Gannon was in the suitcase? 35% said yes, she found out. 31% says no way. 23% says I'm not sure. And 12% says I feel she helped cover for her. Ooh. All right. So, everybody, thank you for being here. Thank you for engaging. I really appreciate it. And we will stay tuned for some more. And tomorrow, I'll continue the rest of this one. And we'll go from there. All right. And people's watching the replay, make sure you share your thoughts and opinions in the comments. Hit the like. And if you need to contact me, you find my email in the description. And we'll go from there. And remember, date smart, not thirsty. And what Crystal said, we have to protect our children. Yes, that's our job to do. Bye. Adios.